How dare they show me man eaters first as F tier? Like,
Yeah.
I hate that boss with the fiery passion of 10 million suns.
Oh,
God,
really?
that
Mine's like
boss.
40 billion.
I hate it. That was just the first number I thought of. I hate it.
Matthew, I'm so angry that I don't even sound like I'm angry.
Okay, sorry. I'm gonna do a bit of an intro first. Sorry, I just saw that and I wanted to get it out of my chest. Anyway,
We
okay,
are having an intervention.
we are having my brother here. We are having a discussion over Dark Souls bosses. Which ones are good? Which ones are bad? That's a Man Eaters is the first one we're talking about. It's one of the worst. F tier.
Leechmonger is just bad. I can
Well,
already see Leechmonger there, and he's just bad. But the old monk, I would say, is pretty all right.
well, first up we got Old Hero is what they have first listed here.
Yeah, I see him as the old monk.
Isn't there one that's actually called Old Monk? Yeah, it's right there.
Oh, there. Okay, never mind. The old hero I would put is all right.
I don't even remember
Like
that
he's
one.
not. He had like a little fun fact that if you had the thief ring, which makes you a lot less noticeable, since he's blind, he can't hear you anymore. So if you were to stay
Oh,
at a distance, you can kill him easily. But if
yeah.
you don't do that, he's actually like an engaging boss fight, unlike most of the boss fights in that game.
I remember what you're talking about now. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with that. I don't have any particularly strong feelings.
Leechmonger,
Leechmonger, isn't they probably
I
like the
didn't
worst
really like him.
area?
Yeah,
I wonder what
I
unsatisfactory.
yeah. Now who's that?
Dragon God.
Oh, the Dragon God, really bad. It's just a game of hide and seek.
That's true. I mean, I like the design.
I like the
Visually,
design. Don't get me wrong. I like the design, but I don't think that justifies it by going into bad.
I mean, it's not as bad as Man Eaters.
Yeah,
Okay, next is Old Monk.
can we make like a new tier for man eaters and just be like hell no,
Man Eaters tier.
no, just hell no, because there's going to be other things in there.
Hell, but no.
Hell no.
Anyway,
And now I can't
that's my new
see.
word. They're so bad I came up with a new word for it.
I'm
Anyway,
pretty sure you and I haven't completed and encountered everything in these games, so we can get rid of that tier.
let me pull this down a little bit. Sorry. Anyway, what? Sorry.
I said I'm pretty sure you and I have beaten every boss in the series, so we can get rid of that tier.
Okay, sure. I didn't mean to do that. You know what? We'll do. I'm gonna leave that
It'll be
there and
fine.
just
It
put
will
it.
fix itself.
No, what?
I was like, we can leave that there. We'll fix itself. But if you want to leave it like that, yeah, that's fine.
I'm gonna leave it like there, and we'll just have this be empty with the truly
Anyway,
awful bosses beneath it. Anyway, sorry.
the old monk, I it's okay.
It's a P. I think it's cool for what it is.
It's like a PvP boss, but if you play like PvE, it's just a guy who's just gonna be running around trying to stab you once.
Yeah, I think it's okay. I think it's just fine. I think it's all right. Even
Now the Storm King, on the other hand, I think is good.
very cinematic.
Yeah, very cinematic. The Storm Ruler is probably like, the best version of the Storm Ruler. Just really cool.
I think Maintenance Ray is
Uh,
basically the same thing.
yeah,
I think it's pretty cool conceptually, at least.
I think the lore is really nice. Is that the Penetrator?
Yes,
Uh, either
I
good or really good. I think he's probably one of the better bosses of this game.
you think so?
Yeah,
I think really good and the very best will have some really awesome bosses in there. So I think I'm gonna go with good. Like
yeah.
I don't think he's that good. I don't.
I like to rank them based off the game that they're in.
I guess that's fair. I mean,
Because
we're comparing
if we're
all of
gonna
them to
be
all
like
the
ranking
games.
them compared to everything, all of these guys go into freaking bad.
Here, you know what? We'll shift everything down a tier. How about that?
Okay, there we
Because I mean, if you
go.
are comparing these to some of the other ones that are later in the series, they aren't that good.
False King Allant.
Um,
He's pretty bad. Let's be honest. He has like shockwave attacks that just tend to be annoying.
you think really bad or just bad?
Just bad.
That's fair. I'm fine with it. I don't really, except for man eaters, I don't really have a very strong opinion on any of the Demon Souls bosses, to be honest. So I'll probably defer mostly to your judgment for these guys.
What's that one?
Regular King Lot.
Oh, hell no.
Hell no.
I'm saying hell no in the sheer fact that he's a one shot and it's extremely boring.
Ah, hell but
Just
no.
hell no.
Vanguard. Oh,
Uh,
that's the first one. I actually kind
yeah,
of
it's the
like
very
Vanguard.
first one, and it's like it's pretty cool looking to be honest. So yeah, I put him
I
in
kind of like
good.
him.
The Phalanx,
Phalanx. I think this one's kind of funny.
yeah.
So I'll put it all right. That one makes me smile.
Tower Knight's either good or really good. I really love
Uh,
that boss fight.
yeah, it kind of reminds me of the one Reborn a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
So the question is, do I think the one Reborn is good? I don't want to go just good.
I I think the Tower Knight is the one Reborn done right, and they came up before the one Reborn, so
Again, it's one of those things where it's like I don't really think any of the Demon Soul bosses are A or S tier worthy. I do
yeah.
agree that this one is generally pretty good. So I'll put it up in B.
That's the spider, isn't it? The armored one.
Yes, the armored spider. Not to be confused
Really
with the
bad.
Duke's Dear Freya. What?
Really bad. Really bad.
Really bad. That's fine. I can agree with that. This is
Because
kind of annoying.
it's basically deal with the annoying close range things, and when he sees oil spill, run to the entrance for some reason. I don't like it.
That's fair. What do we think about
Who's
Fool's
that?
Idol?
Fool's Idol, really bad.
Okay, here's my case, right? I don't think I'm gonna put him in really bad. I think I'm just gonna put him in regular bad.
Yeah, that's
Because I
fine.
actually really, really like the area.
Yeah, I like
As
the
messed
area,
up as it
but
is, I think it's fun.
the one thing I don't that puts it in really bad for me is the fact that if you do not know about the guy who's constantly respawning the Fool's Idol and you just leave him
You're just
alone
gonna
type of
struggle.
thing, well, you literally can't beat it.
You're gonna be riding the struggle bus the whole time.
It's not even like you're right in the
Adjudicator.
struggle bus. Either bad or really bad.
I'm gonna go with really bad.
He was
Like
just not engaging enough.
I guess what it really is that like there I kind of as far as like based on the words here, I'd actually probably think it's probably like just unsatisfactory, not bad or really bad. But
Yeah,
if I'm comparing it to these ones that I have in unsatisfactory and whatnot, I'd probably put it at least in like bad or really bad.
yeah.
I'll just go with regular bad. I'll go right in the middle.
Dirty Colossus is in a weird position for me because he has the same weakness as Leechmonger, where you can just fire him. But I say he's better than Leechmonger, so it's unsatisfactory.
That's fair. Flame Lurker, I think is what this one is.
I would say he's either all right or good.
I
He's
really
one of
like
the better
him. He's
bosses.
like a big flaming gorilla, and I kind of like him for the same reason I like Phalanx, and that he just seems kind of silly to me. But to be honest, I did beat him first try, so he's not that hard. At least not in my
Yeah, he's
opinion.
not that hard. He looks cool at the very least.
Yeah, I think I'll go with good. I think that's fair. He's a fun boss.
Priscilla,
I'll burn Dark Souls
uh,
territory.
yeah, Priscilla, bad, straight
That's
up
fair.
bad.
I like the idea of having an invisible boss. I do like that.
I just don't like the fact that part of the arena doesn't have snow on it. Like half of the arena doesn't have snow, and when she walks onto that, you have no idea where she is.
Well, yeah, I mean it'd be too easy if it all had snow all over it.
Yeah, but at least it would, be helpful. Ceaseless discharge, hell no.
Why?
Because
He's
if you
so
don't know
memeable
about
though.
Matthew, if you do not know about the way to beat him, that makes it easy. It's just a pain. It's just straight up pain. I would say even worse than the freaking uh Vanguard.
Worse than
Whatever
Vanguard.
that. No, like whatever that first one is. I
This
forgot
is
it.
Man Eaters, and this is King of Light.
Yeah, yeah, way worse than either of those. It's just a pain.
I feel pretty strongly about Man Eaters being the worst of the Hell Below. So I'll put him beneath that.
Okay. Uh,
Anyway,
is that the Fire Sage?
Demon Fire Sage.
Demon Fire Sage? That's just a reskin
That's true.
with like one extra attack. So
I'm gonna go
unsatisfactory, I guess.
unsatisfactory because I do think he's a lot better than a lot of these other ones here.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like I would
But
say he's unsatisfactory. It's just that he's just a reskin though.
yeah, that's fair.
Demon Centipede is
Hey,
alright.
hey, hey, get the name right. It says Centipede Demon.
Okay, Centipede Demon is alright.
You think so?
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not sure I agree with
probably
that.
like the most unique boss in the entire series, and the fact that if you cut off its tail, it becomes an enemy is pretty cool in my opinion.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. I don't know. I like. Let me
I
like.
would, if we're gonna put him on unsatisfactory, I would say he's at the top of it.
You know what? Actually, I think I will agree with alright. If I'm comparing him to these other ones, yeah, I think he's in C tier. I think that's fair. Bed
Who
of
did?
Chaos.
Bed
Hell
of
but
Chaos.
no.
Yeah, hell no.
That
Moonlight
that one
Butterfly.
is that one is just straight up bullshit. Anyway, continue.
Moonlight Butterfly is just unsatisfactory.
I'd call it bad actually.
Yeah, bad or
Like if you're
unsatisfactory. It's
putting
just
like
it.
the likes of Priscilla, Adjudicator, Fools Out, and all that over and bad, I
Yeah,
think.
that one's a lot more similar to
In
those guys.
fact, I'd
Now,
almost think
Sif. I
what?
see Sif. S tier. Sif.
Oh yeah, you're right. S tier, you think?
Yeah, it's just a really nice looking boss fight. The arena and the extra cutscene with the DLC. Just cinematically, it's very beautiful.
I can agree to that. But no, back to the mainly Butterfly because I don't think I was done talking about that one.
Sorry, I just
Actually,
saw Sif. I was like, good girl, good girl.
if I'm comparing Moonlight Butterfly to these other ones, I don't like it as much as these other ones in E tiers. I think I'm actually gonna go all the way down to F tier.
Yeah,
Just because it's just kind of boring. You don't really do
I think,
anything.
and the funny thing is, if a thing behind it wasn't very important, I would probably put it as didn't encounter because,
Yeah, I didn't fight anything the whole time. There was like a
well,
butterfly flying around, but I don't think I saw the boss anywhere.
no, Matthew, like the reason why I say that is because the thing behind it was like the large ember, which allows you to upgrade to like plus, I think
Yeah,
15.
I don't remember the exact numbers, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yes.
Yeah, so it was like a very important item. Just the boss fight was just so boring.
Okay, well, okay, we got that done. We're done with Sif. But now we're on the Four
We're gonna
Kings.
skip the Four Kings right now. Put the freaking Pinwheel Man in hell no. He's just no.
I don't think I'd put him in Hell No. I think that's the Hell No should be reserved for the bosses that are just straight up so god awful that you'd be better off just skipping them entirely if you could.
Hey, can we put another tier for Pinwheel?
No, I think we just put it really, really bad. Like these bosses down here, they're either like glitchy or just straight up unfair. At least he's like fair and not too glitchy. At least in my experience.
He's not even fair. It's just a slaughter.
Well, I know, but you know my point. He's
I
just
get your
he's
point.
not glitched out or cruel to the player. He's just too easy. So I think really bad is
Yeah,
fair.
that's fair. Now the Four Kings. We're gonna go back to them.
I like
I would put unsatisfactory. It's kind of just generic. You just dodge their attacks and attack them. Their attacks aren't even like that cool either.
okay. Counterpoint. The arena is pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's the abyss. So if you want to put them in all right, you can put them in all right.
I'll go with unsatisfactory.
Okay.
Gravelord Nito.
Nito, I would put good.
You think so?
Yeah, I like his arena. I like all of his attacks. I also like the fact that you can actually
Okay.
see him before you actually go into his arena to fight him.
But here's the thing about that, Jacob.
What?
It's in
Skeletons?
it's in the freaking graveyard of giants or whatever that area is called.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about the boss fight.
I guess that's true. But that area sucks.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's like extremely good. You can put him in all right if you want.
I'm putting it all right. To be fair, I don't think a
Uh,
lot of the Dark Souls 1 bosses are really all that good. I think they're kind of
now
okay.
I know this is gonna be really
Asylum
weird of
Demon.
me to say, but because of the Asylum Demon is the first time you ever encounter uh any of the Asylum Demons, and it's
Sure.
like the first boss fight that most people get into the series with, I'm gonna put him really good.
Really good.
Yeah,
This is like
I
an
think the
introductory
reskins are
tutorial
kind of
boss. Yeah, I can see that.
like I think the reskins are kind of just lazy, but
But he's the
it's a
first
really
one.
good tutorial boss. Yeah.
Everyone knows that the original is better. I mean, just look at the Star Wars trilogies.
Gwendolyn
Dark Sun
Gwendolyn's
Gleamsman.
just unsatisfactory for me.
Yeah, it's really funny to me.
What?
I know I've fought this guy before, but I barely
You don't
remember
remember
it.
it?
I
Well,
do
all it
vaguely
was
remember it.
literally hiding behind pillars so he doesn't hit you with ranged attacks and then trying to hit him before he teleports away.
From what I remember, I don't think it's bad or really bad, but I don't really remember enough to be able to call it all right or good. So yeah, I think unsatisfactory is probably it's I think unsatisfactory. The D tier is like the tier of like not especially like noteworthy bosses, but also not particularly bad bosses either. It's like
Let's
somewhere
see,
in the middle.
scale is.
Yes. See, wait.
I
Yeah,
would
see
put
the
him in
scale.
S.
S tier. Really? You think so?
Well, the lore behind him is incredible. I think the fact that he's actually like a very intimidating dragon compared to most of the other dragons is also there.
If I'm comparing
Then
him to
there's
other
also the
dragon
fact
boss
that when you
fights,
first encounter him, he's literally unbeatable. So it's like, oh, how am I going to beat this kind of thing?
hmm, I
I
can
think it's like
agree.
I can go down to really good.
Yeah, I don't. The thing is, like, he just like never seemed all that fun. I agree that like lore wise and like scale, like in terms of like the scale of it and all that, I do think
Yeah.
that's really good. I like
I
the
also like the
mechanics of
fact
like
that
immortality and you have to like leave before you can actually take them on again.
yeah.
It's
But
it's,
I
it's
also
a
like
cool fight.
this one thing. I also like one thing in particular. Since this game is the only game that ever had the tail weapons,
Yeah,
because he's the
it's the only
father of all
one.
magic. Yeah, it's the only one.
Really?
Yeah, it's the only one that you break the tail, you get a weapon out of it.
Yeah, I think you're
I don't
right.
think there's yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Continue.
But uh I think it's cool how he's like the father of all sorceries, and the tail weapon that drops is pretty much like a primordial magic weapon. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. It is a very cool fight. But I think mechanically, like the actual like gameplay of
Oh
it
yeah, it's
is not
annoying
that
as hell.
fun to me. So I think when I factor that in, I think I kind of have to put him down today.
Now there's the Manticore there, or the Sanctuary Guardian.
Sanctuary Guardian. That's also another one
I
that's kind
don't.
of annoying to me.
Yeah,
I don't
I
think it's
didn't really like him.
I don't think
And
it's bad necessarily.
apparently, there's actually a secondary boss fight with that guy
Oh,
that I never knew about.
what secondary boss fight? Like you fight him again?
Yeah, you can actually re-enter his arena, and there's two of them.
I had no idea that was a thing.
Yeah, and I saw it in some videos recently. I was like, "That's a thing?"
It's not like a mod or something.
No, it's not a mod at all. It's apparently just a thing.
I think. I mean that's cool, but I think as far as our tier list goes, I think I'd probably just put him in okay. I don't think
Yeah,
he's especially
he's
bad.
all right.
I don't think he's
Now is that
particularly good.
Artorias? Please tell me that's Artorias.
Knight Artorias.
S.
I agree. We don't even really need to discuss that one. Dragon
Calamite
Kelmeet.
is Calamite's probably like good or lower.
I do like it. I also like the setup for him to like ask your giant friend to like shoot him out of the sky.
I also like the fact that out of all dragons within the entire series, he has the most unique attack,
Yeah, and he also
which
has
is
like
like the Calamity attack.
the best Cyclops from the X-Men cosplay.
Yeah, but you know the attack I'm talking about.
Which one? Sorry.
The I call it the Calamity attack, but I don't know what attack it's actually confirmed to be. But it's the one where he pretty much like telekinetically picks you up and like crushes you.
Yes, I do know what you're talking about, and that is a
And I was
very
like,
cool attack. I agree.
yeah,
Yeah, I think
uh,
good is a fair tier to put him.
yeah. Manus is all right.
You think so?
Yeah, I don't
I
think he is good,
actually, I
but
don't
I
think
don't
I
think
ever
he's
beat this
bad.
one. I don't think I can't
I
remember beating him or not. I think I've taken him on before. I don't remember if I've beaten him or not though.
eh,
But I'll
eh,
defer to your judgment. Where do you want to put him?
I just say all right.
I think
He's
that's
not
fair.
he's not unsatisfactory because he's an engaging fight, but I don't say he's good.
I do think there's one aspect of him that makes it for like a really cool like entertaining fight is like when he does that. I'm not sure what it's called, but like that one attack where he like sends out those balls of energy where I can't remember they're like
Oh, the
fireballs or
dark bead?
whatever. Yeah, and then like pulls it back in. Uh,
Yeah, that's pretty
you
cool.
can avoid it by standing close to him, which I think is like a cool little mechanic that like rewards you for being observant and whatnot. Anyway,
Yeah, and then there's also like the dark bead rain that he does.
okay, so moving on, Gwyn, Lord of Cinder. I think he's kind of easy. I don't think he's
I think
bad.
he got better in Dark Souls 3.
Let's go with unsatisfactory. I think that's a fair because
Yeah,
he's not
that's fair.
he's not necessarily bad, but he's also not
Parrying.
very like challenging or like rewarding to beat.
Well, if you know how to parry in Dark Souls 1, you know how to beat this guy.
Well, even if you don't know how to parry it, his fight is pretty simple. There's not a
The
lot to
Taurus
it.
demon,
Yes,
Yeah,
Taurus
I'm guessing
Demon.
that's it. Yeah, I would put like bad. He's not even unsatisfactory. He becomes like a regular enemy.
Yeah, he's just meh, not very good.
I'm
Yeah.
just, meh. Who's
Bell
that?
Gargoyles.
Uh, they pretty much have at least one of these guys in every game.
I kind of like them in this one at least.
Yeah, it's not too many.
I think I'm gonna go with all right. It's
And the
not
Capra
not
Demon
especially
suffers the
bad.
same thing from the Taurus
Capra
Demon,
Demon,
except
Hellbano.
yeah,
I hate that boss fight almost as much as I hate man eaters because those dogs are the actual boss fight, and I
yeah,
absolutely
they
hate those
kind of
dogs.
are.
So no,
I see
that is a Hellbano for me, sir.
I see the Gaping Dragon. I'll
Yes,
put him in good.
put him in good.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fair.
I like the bait and switch that they give you.
Yeah, I like the
Oh look, it's a little tiny crocodile. Oh my god!
what are we talking about?
Oh, do you not remember the opening cutscene where like just
Oh,
his head pops up and it's like a little tiny
oh,
crocodile type of
sorry.
thing, and then it just becomes like the freaking gigantic gaping dragon.
I know what you're talking about now. I thought with the way you said that, I thought you were just stopping abruptly to talk about something else. All of a sudden, I was like, wait, what are we talking about?
And I was
Sorry.
like, oh look at the little croc. Oh my god!
Oh my god. Uh,
Oh my god! Anyway, Quaalag.
it's Chaos Witch Quelaag.
I don't
I
really know where to put her.
I actually really like her. I like the
I think she's
design. I
cool.
think the boss is fun. I like a lot of the attacks. I think she's
Now,
pretty good.
now I know this is gonna be like somebody's gonna hate me for this,
Is it me? Am
but
I
I
gonna hate you for
like
this?
Scorpioness Nashka better.
What? Why?
I do think that Quaalag is A tier because of the lore implications, and I'll put Scorpioness Nashka in B tier.
Ah, I see that. I was gonna say I was like I don't think Quelaag is worse than the Scorpion Lady.
But no, like because of the simple fact that Scorpioness Nashka uses her insectoid parts to attack, gives it a better thing in my opinion.
Ah,
In terms
I
of like
see.
design.
But overall, you're still saying Quelaag is A tier.
Yeah. I'm
Okay,
not saying that she isn't A tier.
I think she's A tier. I agree because I just didn't really like her. I think the intro cinematic is cool and fun because it's like, oh, there's a horrible monster spider. Oh, there's a nice little sexy lady on top. It's just like a fun little idea if you ask me.
Anyway, the Iron Golem. I would put him in good because of the funny.
Um, I think I would go down to C.
Okay.
He's kind of just meh. I don't think he's bad.
I know,
I
but
think it's
it
fun that
is
you can
funny
knock him
how you
off.
could just. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would put him in good because of the funny. That's about it.
He's like really simple, really easy. He's just kind of okay to
Now,
me.
we all know where Smo and Ornstein go.
Yep. Hell, but no. But yes.
Either A or S. Yeah, there it is.
I mean, they're just kind of just too iconic to put any lower. And on top of that, the fight itself is just really fun, you know.
Now, this guy. This
Straight
guy's just
demon.
flat out bad.
Really bad.
Yeah, probably.
Which one is this one? I
Because
think I remember.
he's the one that's right underneath the Asylum Demon.
Oh, he's the copy.
Yeah, like he's like the true copy. At least the Demon Fire Sage is like on fire.
And you know,
This guy is
in a
literally
different
just the same
location.
thing.
I mean, straight demon's in the same spot, even basically.
Yeah. Who that?
Skeleton Lords. I guess we're in Dark Souls 2 now.
Yeah, we are in Dark Souls 2. Either really bad or hell below.
Um, I don't think they're hell, but no.
It's just like a skeleton horde. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I don't think they're as in like suffocating as the freaking skeleton hordes from Dark Souls 1.
Yeah, but there is if you kill one of them, they do spawn skeleton wheels.
That's true. And skeleton wheels, they definitely belong in Hellbano, so maybe I should move it down. We're going with Hellbano for skeleton lords.
Yeah,
Let's
who
see.
that?
Covetous Demon.
Uh, that's not the covetous demon, is it?
I
It
think
looks like a salamander picture.
I agree, but that is supposedly the Covetous Demon based on what it says beneath it.
He's just really bad.
Yeah, I agree. He's pretty simple. Not a lot to
Like, if you
him.
knock down the pots that are hanging above him, he actually goes and eats the corpses.
He's kind of like friggin' Rom, but more boring.
Yeah. Then you have the Snake Queen
Mithra.
there.
Now this is another one where I like the concept of it because it just feels very Medusa-ish to me.
Yeah.
So I think I'd probably put at least an all
And
right personally.
and if you don't burn the windmill, it's actually a really challenging
Yeah,
boss fight because she's constantly healing and you're being poisoned.
correct.
Smelter Demon, I would put him
I think
good.
it's a cool boss. Anyway, Smelter Demon. Smelter
Yeah, I'll put
Demon.
him.
I think
I'll put him good. I think the run up to him is annoying, but that's not part of the boss fight.
I yeah, I think he's okay. I,
I
I
don't think he's the best.
I'll
I
let
don't
you.
even think he's really good. I think he's just good.
I'll let you have that one. I'll let you have it. I think I personally would probably be a little more inclined to put him just in all right. But I
You
can
can
see
put him
why he'd
in
be
if you want.
good. I mean, this is our list, Jacob. I gotta concede a little bit here and there.
Yeah, but I think the Smelter Demon is just good because he's not extremely easy, but he's also not stupid challenging.
But the other reason why I'm willing to concede and put him in B tier is because the second version is like 10 times worse in my opinion.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, Old Iron King.
The second version you have to bring up the freaking run back
Yeah,
to that guy because
Dark
that is
Souls.
just
Dark Souls
ugh.
2. A lot of situations, the boss itself isn't as difficult as the boss run. So
Yeah,
it's way more fair to bring up the runs in this game than it is for the other games because they're just way worse.
unless you're talking about the old Iron King.
Yes, Old Iron King. Where are we putting him? I think he's really bad.
Yeah,
Maybe not
uh,
Helbino because he's not frustrating bad. He just is
I well the thing is, Matthew, out of all the bosses, why is his run back the easiest?
bad. Well, yeah, he's like the easiest boss too.
Yeah, like because the run back is literally just down a ladder and down some stairs.
Yeah, freaking freaking shoot, what's his name? Shoot, I'm drawing a blank all of a sudden. Alone, I think his name is.
Sir Knight Alon.
Sir Not Alon, is that his name?
Yeah,
The samurai type guy.
yeah, that guy.
That's okay. It's
Knight,
Alon.
Sir
Yeah, he
Alon.
should take some notes from Smelter, not Smelter Demon, Old Iron King,
Yeah,
because the
which
friggin'
he used to serve apparently.
yeah. Well, I mean, I think he's just really bad. He's not hell, but no, he's just really bad. Because I mean, his attacks are super easy to avoid, and it's really easy to deal damage to him. I think he's more visually interesting than stuff like Covetous Demon and whatnot. But
Yeah,
gameplay wise, he's probably actually like easier than
yeah, I put him
Covetous
higher. I
Demon.
would put him like at the top of really bad, to be honest.
I agree. I think that's fair. Well, actually, if we're doing based on visuals, I probably would still put Dragon King above him. Some of the videos.
Yeah, yeah.
I will say
Scorpionus
this
Nashka,
picture,
like I said, is good.
just real quick, this picture reminds me of a
Yep.
lot of the demon
Turtlebog?
from the Fantasia movie. What?
Yeah, Turtlebog.
Yes, Chernobog. Anyway,
Scorpionus Nashka,
Scorpion.
good.
Good. You feel very
It's good.
strongly about that?
Yes.
You sound like you feel very strongly about that. I'm fine with that.
Matthew,
I'm fine with that.
like if we're gonna bring in the run backs and all that, hers is one of the nicer ones. It may take a little while, but it's not that big of a deal. But like I
Like I
said,
said, I can agree to that. I think she's a cool idea. I feel like even though
now,
she's technically a bit of a ripoff of Quelaag, she still has some of her own stuff that makes her,
well, I'd say that she's a ripoff done right. Unlike the old Dragon Slayer, which is literally just Ornstein.
that's true.
This Scorpionus Nashka is a different insect.
These are different insights. Yes,
Yeah,
that's
and
true.
she
It's
attacks
true.
differently. She uses sorcery, and she can poison you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, now that I think about it, I think she's the only other boss in the entire series where you can actually cut off one of her tails. You don't get a weapon out of it, but you can cut off one of her tails.
I mean, yeah, I can agree that she's at least good. I mean,
Yeah.
I've never disliked fighting this boss.
I'm explaining for the viewers.
Oh, well, thank you. I mean, that's kind of the point, is for you to get your opinions out there because you feel so strongly against a lot of other people's opinions.
Yeah. I, which boss is that?
That is Royal Rat Vanguard.
Oh, that's just bad. That's just really bad.
Helbino bad?
Probably.
We'll go with Helbino. I
I
think like
I
all the
think
quote
both of the Royal
unquote
Rat things are just really bad.
all of the quote unquote rat bosses in this game are really bad. Here, where's the other one? Royal Rat Authority. We'll do that one as Helbino as well.
That one's like a terrible Sith riff off.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think they even gave it like the same animations, didn't they? There's,
No,
I'm pretty sure there's like a one animation where Royal Rat Authority gets a limp, just like it's like literally the exact
it
same
doesn't.
animation for Stiff's limp.
No, I've played this game way too many times, Matthew. It doesn't get a limp.
Oh, I thought it did.
No,
Well, either
and
way, it's still a bad ripoff. How about that?
instead, what it does, it feints a limp and then just like it does a lunge.
But it's like the same animation, though, isn't it?
No,
Oh, all right, well, whatever.
because whereas Sif has like one paw up, this one does like a little like wiggle waggle.
Got a wig wag. All right, this is the
Anyway,
congregation.
really bad. I don't
Yeah,
think it's Hellbill.
Helbano is for like the offensively bad. This is just really bad.
Yeah. The Duke's Dear Freya. I actually really like that boss fight.
I think it's cool too. I mean,
I
do
don't think
I?
it's good. I think it's all right.
I think I'm gonna go unsatisfactory though.
Okay, that's fair. That's understandable.
Because I just don't really like the area, and the boss itself is kind of just okay.
Like I said, that's understandable.
The last giant. I'm gonna go bad.
Yeah, he's pretty bad.
I don't think it's really bad, but it's still bad.
Yeah, I don't think it's really bad either, and
In
it's just
fact,
bad.
where's the giant king one? Let's go ahead and do
The
that.
Giant Lord.
Giant Lord, there it is. I do think that one's really bad because it's basically just that one, but it's afterwards, and in my opinion, a little bit worse. Because it's
And
like
also
literally
you
the
get like a
exact.
platform where you can easily dodge his sword slash.
It's like literally the exact same fight, but worse. So I'm gonna put that one really bad, just preemptively.
Yeah.
Anyway,
No, the
the
Rotten
Rotten.
I think is pretty good. I like the fact that he's the only other main boss that actually gets an easy bonfire to get to his arena again.
That's true. That's quite the blessing in Dark Souls 2. Now, do you want to put him right next to his friggin' twin brother here, Nito?
Yeah, I mean they both share a soul.
Yeah, basically the same character. Anyway,
Now is that the Throne Watcher and Defender?
this is Dragon Riders, the duo.
Oh, the Dragon Rider duo.
That one, in my opinion, is.
It's either bad, really bad, or unsatisfactory.
I think I would put this one in bad, and I'd put the other Dragon Rider. Where is it? In really
I
bad.
don't think they're gonna show. I think it's just saying that because these two are literally the same guy. It's just gonna be these two.
Well, we come across another Dragon Rider. I'm gonna put that one in really bad because it's basically the same, but in my opinion, slightly worse because of like the location and the fact that it's just
And
easier.
also, if you do it right, you can literally just one shot him.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put Dragon Riders in bad.
Now, is that the Looking Glass Knight?
Uh, yes.
I think
This
he's good.
it's probably at least the same tier as Old Monk, but probably a little bit better.
No, I think he's good.
You think he's at least good?
Yeah, he's like the combination of the old monk and the old hero merged into
Oh,
one. Because he can summon people, and he can actually reflect magic attacks with his shield back at you. That's pretty cool.
also he's like a Sentinel Knight,
Yeah.
Tree Sentinel.
Demon of Song is just unsatisfactory, to be honest.
I can agree to that.
Like, you went through pretty much hell, like hell of magic
Yes,
to
that
fight an unsatisfactory boss.
this is
That's just
another one of the ones with a pretty terrible boss run. And I feel like that plays a factor into like if you didn't have the terrible boss run, it probably would just be unsatisfactory. But I'm tempted to put it all the way in bad for the boss run.
yeah, like I could see that, but like I said, Matthew, you basically charge through hell
Yes,
to face that thing.
yes.
It's not even bad to me. It's just why?
Underwhelming.
Yeah, it's just underwhelming.
Fair enough. Let's see, Guardian Dragon, the one in the cage.
Yeah, the one in the cage.
That one I think it's bad.
I would put bad. He literally immediately becomes a normal enemy.
Yeah, I mean it's I'm tempted to put it like unsatisfactory, but the real reason why I'm gonna put it in bad, you wanna guess the reason?
No,
Is the
I don't
music.
know the reason. The music.
The music is god awful for that boss. It's like probably the worst of the entire series.
Now, the Ancient Dragon, I'm kind of mixed with.
Hell but no.
Yeah,
I
I
hate
would put
that
him there.
boss. I don't think he deserves anything better. He that's right where he belongs.
I see Veldstat there.
Let me
I actually really like Veldstat.
adjust something real quick. And bring this over here. I'm gonna make it a little bigger so I can see it more clearly. And okay, I'm back. Sorry, what?
I'm pretty sure that's Velstadt, isn't it?
Velstadt, the Royal Aegis.
Yeah, the
That's
Royal
it.
Aegis. I would put him in really good.
Really good, huh?
Yeah, it's just a really fun boss fight to me. The area is dark and all that, but it's like thematic. But I like the fact that you find shortcuts to make the run back easier. And also, he has some really cool attacks, and he has a freaking bell as a weapon.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I think he's probably one of the better fights in the entirety of Dark Souls 2.
Yeah,
Maybe even the best one.
I think like even if the run to him is really awful, it's always fun to fight him.
Yeah, I think it's perfectly fair to put him in A. I mean, okay. So next, we have Ilana,
Oh, is
the
that the
DLC.
Squalid Queen?
Yes, the DLC boss that summons Velstadt.
All right.
All right. I think again that's another fair one. I don't feel particularly strong about that one. I think it's a cool idea to have summon like another boss to your boss fight to make your boss fight more
Yeah, but
challenging.
you can also
But
summon like 3
she can
skeletons
also summon
and I
pretty
think
trash
a
mobs.
pig.
So I mean, I think she's okay. Fun concept,
Yeah.
mostly just a mediocre execution.
Fun concept, rough execution.
Let's see. Oh, these are the Gang Squad.
Oh, the game. Oh, I don't like those guys. So
Hellbono.
annoying. Yeah.
I feel pretty strongly about the Hellbono bosses and that they're just frustratingly bad. I feel like that counts as that. Not only the boss itself kind of frustratingly bad because they're just copies of
But also how
NPC
you
characters.
fight them is just hit and run tactics over and over and over again. It's so annoying.
But yeah, it's yet another horrible boss run.
Yeah.
All right.
Uh
The Sin, Slumbering
oh,
Dragon.
Slumbering Dragon Sin. I love this guy. I think he's one of the very best.
I think A is fair.
Yeah.
Probably
I'll
above
go with
Velstadt.
A.
You know, probably above the other ones. Top of A. I think
I
it's
think he out of all dragon fights, he's like the most dragon.
yeah. I mean, I think I disagree with that. If you're talking about all the Dragon Quest fights,
Well, Madeir
yes,
outclasses him.
Medeiros the most dragon.
But I'm saying like for all the dragon boss fights up to this point in terms of chronological order of the game's releases, this is the
Yeah,
most dragon they have done.
I can agree.
And I like it. Anyway, the Pursuer.
I will
S.
say that just real quick on Sin as well. Uh,
Yeah.
Sin also is like one of the more complex bosses in the entirety of Dark Souls 2. Like he has like the most
Yeah.
moves that he does. But anyway, continue. Pursuer,
I'd say yes.
I would disagree.
Why?
I think he's pretty easy, and I don't think he's
Uh,
as
I
good
say
as some of
for at the time of the like in the game, he's not stupid easy. But the reason why I like him is because of a reason that a lot of people don't like him. And
because
that
he's like
is
the most
that he
quotable part of
keeps
the
appearing.
what? Oh, he keeps
That
appearing.
he
Yes,
keeps appearing.
yes.
I like it's in the name. He's pursuing you. He's trying to kill you. I think that's a really cool and fun thing.
I can agree to that,
I can agree with B. I'm fine
but
with B.
I again like I do think he's pretty easy because
Yeah,
you
he
can
is
just
easy.
circle around to his right. I mean, your right, his left, I guess,
Yeah.
and avoid most of his big attacks and just keep wailing on him. Like he's not that hard.
It's also but I will also say he's also really good practice for learning how to parry in this game.
I guess so. I don't think he's A or S tier, but I do think B is fair.
Wait, is that the other smelter demon?
Yes, this is the blue smelter demon. Or I mean, I'm not sure which one it's
Albino.
supposed to
Albino. Get him out.
be. I'm not sure which smelter demon is supposed to be which smelter demon. This one's like lighter in color, so maybe it's meant to be blue.
I think that's blue.
Anyway, flame. Oh, so no,
That
Fume Knight.
smelter demon is just god
I mean, you don't need to explain it to me. I know. But Fume Knight is the next one.
Fume Knight S. Straight S. I'm not even gonna hear an argument.
What's that? You say Helbino?
I'm gonna punch you in the face.
I'm gonna punch my monitor, go through the monitor, and punch you on the other side.
I think the Fume Knight and Cerulean are both S tier.
I can agree. We're still. Oh, he's right here.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, here. So I think
I know the
I
run
would.
back is a bit annoying for Cerulean, but I think the fight alone has a really cool detail that no other boss fight in the entire series does, and it makes it so good in my opinion.
What's that?
If you do the challenge run of like no healing, at all.
Sure.
When you beat him, he commits seppuku,
Oh, I didn't know that.
like because he wants to die honorably, kind of thing.
I guess that's cool. I think I'd be willing to concede and give him top of A, but I don't think he's at.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think the boss run is so god awful that it's enough to push him down to A.
I think I like all of the humanoid boss enemies in Dark Souls 2. He's by far like top 3 at the very
Your
least.
top three being Fume Knight, Surlon, and Velstadt.
The Dark Lurker.
Oh, what about Velstadt? I thought you
I
loved
like
him.
Matthew. The Dark Lurker is just really good boss fight. Okay, I
Hey,
love Velstead, but the Dark Lurker is pretty darn good.
Ava
And
the
who's
King's
that?
Pet. I'm gonna put that one back.
Yeah.
I don't like that boss, and it also gets like
Now,
a repeat later. It's just very annoying.
yeah, it's right next there.
I don't think it's really
The next,
bad, but
I don't think it's good.
I think it's pretty bad.
I think the highest I can go is unsatisfactory. It's not good.
I mean, isn't it you kind of like the beast bosses, right?
Yeah, they're just
They all
annoying.
tend to feel very similar. So when one's like easily noticeably worse than the others, it's like just really
Now, there is
easy
one
for it
thing
to
I
be
like about
bad.
Ava and Ava's brothers is that they have like cold sorceries.
Eh,
Of course, in this game they aren't cold sorceries, so it's just like Crystal Soul Spear, but still. Well,
I
that's like the only redeeming quality.
oh this is the brothers.
Yeah, I would put them as
Strange.
really bad. I don't like the fact that they are two in the same arena, and one of them does the freaking gargoyle thing where it waits for the first one to get at half HP. So it's just like I want to kill this one, so I just.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Burnt
Okay,
Ivory
that's Throne
King.
Watcher. What?
This is Burnt Ivory King.
Oh, the Burnt Ivory King. Oh, I thought it was
Yeah,
Throne
those are
Watcher
like
Defender.
the summons that are next to it in the picture. Anyway,
I would put him as all right to good,
I think it's pretty
that
cinematic.
range. Yeah, I think it's very cinematic. I also love the fact that you can like bring other ivory soldiers to, stop the spawning of the burnt ones. Or if you want to be just that badass of a person, you could just be like, "No, I'm going in alone."
I think I'm gonna put it in B above Gaping Dragon. Right in there.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think that's a good spot for it. Dark Lurker.
I think it's one of the more Dark Souls 1 bosses than Dark Souls 2.
Okay.
So
Where does he think
I
that means?
I would put him like either good or all right.
I think I skipped this one. I don't remember doing this one. So I'll defer
Yeah,
to your
you had to
judgment.
do like a side quest type of thing. He's like a spell spammer, and towards like the last third of the fight, he summons a clone that either does spells or does melee. But the benefit of that is that both of these guys take the damage, and it's only one health bar, it's not two. So I would put him like good, bottom of good, probably.
Beneath Pursuer.
Yeah.
That's fair. I mean, again, I think I skipped that one, so mostly your judgment on that one.
Is that Velstadt?
This
Not
is
Velstadt, Vendrick.
King Vendrick.
Yeah, Vendrick. He's
I
just
think it's
bad.
cool lore wise.
Yeah, it's cool lore wise, but the fight itself, no.
Yeah, it's got some mechanics that make it a little rough. I agree.
Well, it's not like mechanics at all. He just does like really slow swings, and that's it. There's nothing cool about it.
Yeah,
Okay,
no.
now that's definitely Throne Watcher and Defender, isn't it? Oh, and also the single
Throne
dragon bolt.
Guardians. So yeah, Throne Watcher and Defender. Yes.
I would put them in good.
You think so?
Yeah, they're not like unbearable, and they both are like really cool in the fact that if one's down, the other one will go and help them after a little while. But it's not like immediate type of thing, so you have a chance to kill both of them at the same time.
Yeah, no, I think that's fair. I think they're pretty cool conceptually.
Yeah, like conceptually pretty cool. I like
Oh, hey,
them.
Dragon Rider. Sorry, I just noticed the next one is in fact the single Dragon Rider.
Yeah, I was like, oh look, there he is.
Yeah, I put him beneath the two Dragon Riders. Yeah.
Yeah, people have actually figured out how to just instantly kill him, and it's pretty boring. Essentially, you don't raise any platforms whatsoever.
Yeah.
You go into his arena, you wait for 6 steps of him, Then you go right up to him, to the right of him, and he literally just steps off.
Yes, I remember that. Yes, I know. I know what you're talking about. I think he's not frustratingly bad. He's just kind of simple and boring.
Yeah,
Deshandra,
I don't like her.
the sort of former final boss, but now no longer final boss of Dark Souls 2.
I didn't like her then, and I don't like her now.
I don't think I'd go really bad. I think
She's
it's
not really
regular,
bad. I think she's just bad.
regular bad. I'll
Because
put
if
it
you
right
stick
next to
close
King
to her,
Vendor.
it's not that hard.
Yeah, I mean, eh. I think the idea that you have to like destroy these basically like these like totems around the arena basically is kind of a fun idea, I guess.
Well, those things are literally just there to cause curse buildup, and if you're nowhere near them at all, they don't even do it. So if you literally stick right on her, like point blank with her, yeah, you're not gonna have any problems with it.
I'm just adjusting something in over here. Sorry. Let me just zoom this
I
out a
already
bit.
saw who the next one was. It's Aldia.
Okay. Next one is
Aldia,
yes.
the scholar of the first sin.
So I'm having to zoom out a bit, and the farther I get away from it, the harder it is to see the text at the bottom. Anyway, Aldia,
You
what?
know, especially for the longer words. I think he's really bad.
Really bad.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine. I agree. I
There's really
mean,
not much I could say about it. He's just
not
there.
particularly good, not particularly bad. But if you feel really, really bad, then yeah, I'm fine with that.
I don't even think he's unsatisfactory. He's just, like I said, he's just there, and he's too easy.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Let's see. Old Dragon.
Writer.
Yeah,
Old Dragon, like Dragon Slayers,
the Old
the
Dragon Slayer.
Ornstein clone.
Yes, Orange
Hell no.
clone. Helbano?
Yeah, hell no, no.
Oh, just because he's a clone.
Well, he's just lesser Ornstein. He's not even like he literally has the Super Ornstein moveset, but he's not as big as Super Ornstein.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, next we have the
Ruin
Ruin
Sentinels.
Sentinels. I'm not sure if I'd go Helbano, but it's probably bad or
I think
really
they're
bad.
all right.
You think so? You want to explain it to
Yeah.
me?
Because they're not like extremely easy like most of the bosses in this game, but they're also not extremely hard. Because if you just stay on the platform at the very beginning and like get as much damage on the first one as you can whittle it down from a 3v1 to a 2v1, which is a lot more manageable. They could also be parried. So
Well, I think I would personally would go
I could
bad.
settle for
Yeah,
unsatisfactory.
if you're going C and I'm going for E, then I think we can just go in the middle and go for unsatisfactory.
Yeah, that's
I
understandable.
think it's fair.
They're also like completely optional too. So
Oh, the Sentry is the next one. The one
Ew.
in the ship that floods.
Oh, to be honest, I just because of the water rising thing, hell no. Hell but no.
Helbano. Fair enough.
Yeah, because if you don't beat him fast enough, which you most likely will, and he's not really that challenging, you eventually just get to the point where you can't even dodge anymore.
You know, I understand. I can agree to
Oh,
that
are we in
definitely.
Bloodborne now?
No, we're in Belfry
No, we
Gargoyles.
still, yeah, we still. Belfry Gargoyles is just really bad in my opinion.
I agree. It's just the worst version of the one from Dark Souls One.
Yeah,
I don't think there's
the
really much to
Lost
explain about that
Sinner.
one. Lost Sinner. I actually really like Lost Sinner.
Yeah, I do too.
So,
I'll trust wherever you want to go.
yeah. I think I'm gonna go with good.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think that's fair. I mean, there's not too much to explain about that one. It's just a very solid overall fight. I think the mechanic of having to like light it up to see better is cool too.
Yeah,
Uh, Next is Executioner's Chariot. I'm gonna go with Helbano.
yeah, that was just annoying.
I don't like
That's
that one
understandable.
like at all.
Okay, now we're in Bloodborne. Here's the
The
one
One
reborn. Hell but
Reborn.
no.
Really, you think so? Why is that one
Because
Helbano?
the actual one reborn has like super high damaging moves that are heavily telegraphed, but it's just kind of annoying to deal with because you also have to take out the things on the side. who are buffing the one reborn, and it just gets annoying after a while.
Well, I feel like it's similar to Tower Knight.
I don't think it's similar enough.
I don't think I'd go hell but no bad. I think I'd probably go just regular because I do agree that it's not that good. But
Yeah,
I think I'd just
it's
go
not that.
regular, like bad or really bad. Not all the way
Yeah.
down to hell but no.
Well, like keep in mind that if you like break one of its arms, it can lower its head where you can get like triple the damage in and just whittle it down. Like it's heavily unbalanced, is what I'm saying.
I feel like it's kind of misplaced lore wise because I understand that it's meant to be like important character lore wise, but I don't really get it personally.
I don't even know if it is an important character
Well,
lore.
it's like meant to be like a child of like a great one, like a failed one or something like that. I can't remember exactly what the exact lore is.
Yeah, no, that thing did bad.
If I'm comparing it to the ones in really bad and also the ones in Hellbound, I think I'd just go regular bad personally.
Yeah, I can concede to that.
Because I really don't think he's anywhere near as bad as like the ones down here or the ones in here.
Just my personal grievances with him that makes him hell below.
That's fine. That's just because
Now
we have
can
like the
we,
exact same amount of bosses in all these tiers right here.
except one,
Oh, except unsatisfactory.
which we're about to add another one. I think the
Celestial
celestial emissary
Emissary.
is just unsatisfactory.
I can agree too. I mean,
You went through such a cool area to fight a guy who sits in the back all the time.
it's not again. It's not bad. It's just kind of meh. Especially
Yeah.
since it's basically just like a bigger version of a lot of like the regular enemies you fight.
Well, like I said, you go through like a really cool, heavy lore-wise area to find like a group fight, but then you realize that there's only one that takes damage, and it's the one that backpedals a lot.
Yeah. Next
Uh,
is
s-
Ebrietas.
okay, she's either really good or like one of the best.
I'll go with really good. I can concede to that. I don't think the very best. I really don't.
I know. I'm just saying, like, I
I
can see her being one of the very best because it's just a really cool fact that you're fighting a great one that didn't ascend kind of thing.
yeah.
So you're actually fighting a physical great one.
I agree that it is probably at least A tier. It's a very cool fight, but I don't think I can go all the way up to S tier because I feel like S tier should be reserved for the actual absolute best. And I feel
Yeah, I
like
know.
Ebrietas isn't quite there. Similar with all these other ones in A tier, they aren't quite there for me for some reason or another.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, Amygdala.
I
Uh,
like him. I just also don't like him.
I'm gonna go unsatisfactory
Yeah.
because I don't think it's good and I don't think it's bad. I think it's just there, which is like
Yeah.
which all the
And
unsatisfactory
again,
bosses
I
are.
like I like to think unsatisfactory is like you go through like a cool area to fight this.
I think the idea of fighting one of these things is cool because you see them a bunch,
Yeah.
but the actual boss fight itself is kind of meh, you know.
Yeah, not to mention the fact that his head is his weak point.
And we have what's his
Helbano.
name?
No, we're not even going to talk about him. Just Helbano.
I forgot his name all of a sudden. It's Mikolash.
Mikolash.
Yes, I agree. Helping Anyway, moving on. This
Who's
is
that?
Wet Nurse. Murgo's Wet
Oh,
Nurse.
oh, Margot's Wet
I
Nurse.
actually really
I
like
think
this
it's
boss.
yeah, I really like that one too. I think it's good.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think it's really good though.
I think good is fair
Yeah.
because like the idea that it like darkens the arena, the fact that it basically shadow clones itself and just attacks you from all over the place.
Okay, no jutsu.
It's very fun. It's very cool. Let's see. Ludwig.
No. Okay.
What?
I
What do
thought it was a
you
different boss.
what do you think it was?
I thought it was the bloodletting beast. Uh, I
Bloodstarved
would
Beast?
put that in. No, the bloodletting beast.
Wait, which one's that?
It's one of the Chalice dungeon bosses where it's like a
Oh.
giant beast with its head cut off.
Oh, that.
Yeah, that one. I was like, that one. If it was that one, it's going straight into hell. But no,
I really like Ludwig. And I'm tempted to put
I
him
think
all
he's.
the way up in S. Because I
I
actually
would
just
say he
really
is
love
S.
him.
I think he is definitely S. People quote him all the time, and whenever they talk about a beast like boss enemy, they think it should either be like Sif or Ludwig.
In fact, I'm gonna reorder this a little bit. I'm gonna put Artorias at the top, Ludwig after, and Sif after that.
Yeah.
Because I really do think
Good.
Ludwig is one of the better bosses like in the entire series. It's really, really good.
Oh, my guiding moonlight.
Because like The music is good. The actual like
You
design of it
were
is
at my
good.
side all along.
The moveset is really, really good. I just
I
really
also
love him.
like how in Phase 2 he's literally completely different.
He's cool. I love him.
Whereas
Next,
a lot of bosses, when they go into Phase 2, it's just like a different moveset. He's literally way different.
next is Living Failures, and I feel like they're just slightly worse than Celestial Emissary in my opinion.
I say they are worse. It's
I,
not even like slightly worse. They just are worse.
I'm inclined to put them all the way down to really bad because I mean they're pretty
Well,
simple. You
I
just sorry.
one thing I don't like about them is the fact that as randomly, from what I could tell, like I think it's after a certain period of time, not even after a certain amount of damage, they do a meteor shower that you could only block with a lock shield or by hiding behind stuff.
No, there's like one you just hide. There's like a I don't know if you knew this or not, but the trick to it is that it always attacks from like the same angle, so you just sit behind that flower in the middle and you're safe, just completely,
Yeah,
always
I
in the same
know, but
spot.
I'm saying like if you didn't know about that, you only have one option, and that's the lock shield.
I don't really like it that much. I think it precedes a really cool boss fight. One that I
Now, if you
really
want to get a
like.
lot of like a lot of blood echoes, really quickly, you could do that little tactic.
When I consider all the factors at play, I think I probably just put it in bad. Not at really really bad, but it is bad
Yeah, I can understand that.
because I do like the area. I like the boss that comes right after it. I like the actual arena itself. I think it's a fun little arena.
I think the next one's Lady Maria,
Yes, it is.
one of the best,
Uh,
in
okay,
my
now
opinion.
I think I'm gonna put her at S tier as well, just because I think she's probably one of the more fun boss fights.
I think she's like in terms of player like boss kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Uh, she's the pinnacle of that.
Well, she's not a particularly hard boss compared to some other bosses, but she's just a very satisfying and fun boss to go up against.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like in terms of like against another humanoid enemy, I'd say her and Gehrman are like equal.
I can't remember what it's called on Bloodborne, but like the parry mechanic in that game, whatever it's called,
The
what's it called?
riposte.
Riposte. Uh,
Yeah,
Especially against Lady Maria in particular, is just really really fun to do.
yeah,
Just a very satisfying boss, and I really really like it. Probably more than the ones in A tier. So I think I had to go S personally.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like I, uh, I would put Gehrman right next to her. In all honesty.
Lawrence, the first Vicar. I'm gonna go Hellboy.
Yeah, the lava trail is just
I
God.
hate stupid freaking Lawrence. He's so annoying.
Like
Uh,
the AoE smacks and the freaking lava trail in Phase 2 are just so annoying, and I hate it.
Next is Cleric Beast. I think Cleric Beast is
I would
fine.
good or really good, one of those two. I think he's a really good tutorial fight for Bloodborne.
I'll go with good.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty solid. If I'm comparing him to someone like a Silent Demon or even Vanguard, I think it's worse than that. But I don't think it's
yeah.
bad enough to go down to all right. I think it's probably just bottom of B tier, personally.
But like I said, for Bloodborne specifically, it's a good first boss to do,
Yeah.
even though it's optional for some reason.
Well, yeah, I was saying technically the first actual boss that's required is Gascoigne.
Who I really like. I love a lot of the bosses in
Bloodborne bosses
Bloodborne.
are pretty good. Even the ones that are bad are still entertaining in some way. Anyway,
Yeah. Who
uh,
did? Oh, that's the Orphan Cost
Orphan of
Albino.
Cause. I disagree.
Excuse
Mm,
you?
I kind of like him.
I'm
I
not saying that he isn't like a good fight and it's very satisfying to beat him. I'm saying that every time you fight him after playing through the game all over again, it is by far the most aggravating and annoying bullshit imaginable.
I will agree that he gets to the point where he's so hard for so many different reasons that he starts to be less fun than all the other options. So
Like out of
I think
all
I can agree.
bosses in the entire series, I think he's the most satisfying to beat, but he's just so aggravating.
Hmm. That was a hard one because I agree that he's annoying and frustrating, but at the same time, I do think he's a really good and satisfying boss fight if you actually do beat
You know
him.
what? Let's just meet the middle ground and put him at the top of A tier. I do not think he's one of the very best.
How about this? We'll do this. We'll say it's unsatisfactory. You don't feel satisfied when you beat him. You don't feel satisfied when you don't beat him. So he's unsatisfactory.
No, I say you feel immense satisfaction after beating him, but the cutscene after is where the unsatisfactory hits.
All right, you know what, we'll go. All right, we'll go with C.
Yeah, there we go. That's better.
We'll go bottom with C. Okay, let's see. Gehrman. I like Gehrman.
One of the best, in my opinion.
Gehrman's cool. He's like 10 times better than Moon Presence.
Oh
My
yeah,
opinion.
and speaking of Moon Presence, that's the next one.
I feel like a lot of these don't really deserve much of an explanation. I'm just gonna go regular bad for Moon Presence.
Yeah,
Because
he has
compared to
one of the
Gehrman,
moon...
he's just too easy.
Yeah,
That's all it is.
but the thing is that puts him in like really bad for me is that he's so easy that he actually has a AoE that spans the entirety of the arena that puts you down to 1 HP.
Oh,
And that
I've never
really
seen that
annoys
before.
me. It's that like high pitched
I'm pretty sure that's literally never happened to me before. Or if it did, I just got back my health immediately and I just never noticed.
Yeah, that usually happens because he's like standing still for like an eternity afterwards.
Yeah, I like conceptually this boss, right? But he's just way too easy for me to put him anywhere higher than E.
Yeah.
Let's see. Father Gascoigne. I don't think I would put him in the same level as Gehrman or Maria.
I think he's good. I think he's good.
I think he's at least B at least.
Good or really good actually.
I'm gonna go to the top of B.
Yeah,
I think that's fair.
That's understandable.
I don't think I'd put him on quite the same level as these ones in A here, but I think he's pretty good.
Yeah.
Bloodstarved Beast. Man, I love
that
the
one's
picture
just really hard, but it's actually a really fun fight, in all honesty.
I think it's pretty cool. I don't think he's B.
I would actually put him in really good.
You think he's really good?
Yeah.
I think he's that high, huh? Don't explain it to me.
Well, like I said, when you're still new to the game, it's one of the most challenging bosses in the entire game. But when you've played the game for a little while and you've decided to come back to him, he's very easy because of your damage, but also because you know how to actually fight. So even if you go into a new playthrough, you can probably beat him on like a few tries. He's not excruciatingly difficult.
I mean,
I would say that he's fun. I would put him in like bottom of B at the very least.
I'm thinking about this. Where would I put him? See, the thing is, like, I do like the
I don't
design.
think he's good as Calamite.
I think he's fun to. I think he is pretty fun to fight. I don't think. I'm not sure. Like, do I put him on the same level as like ones like Velstad and Quelaag? Yeah, probably.
Not. Like I said, I'll put him below Calamite. Oh, you would.
I think I probably would actually. Like, okay, so here, let me try to reorder this A tier real quick. I think Velstad is probably at the bottom. I think Everyedis is probably closer to the top. Or like right around there, maybe.
Yeah, probably right there.
Asylum Demon.
I would say Asylum Demon's right above Velstad, to be honest.
That's what I was just thinking. We'll go there. And I think Bloodstar Beast is probably right around here. I think he's a little better than Asylum Demon, but I think he's a little worse than Quelaag.
Perfect right there.
I do kind of like him. Which is surprising me. He's not one you really think about, you know? Anyway, Vicar Amelia.
Vicar Amelia is... I don't like the heal, but overall, a decent fight.
I think that's right.
I also like the fact that at this point in time, you now have the powerful jackhammer fist, so you can literally one-punch man her.
Yeah, I think she's okay. I don't think she's bad, and I don't think she's unsatisfactory. I think she's perfectly fine and fun to fight.
I do think in terms of design, she's way better than the Cleric Beast. So.
And I will say that as far as better than Cleric Beast, where do we have Cleric Beast? I don't remember.
B.
Did Cleric Beast at B?
Yeah.
Oh, right there. Okay. So you're saying that it's better or worse than that?
I'm saying in terms of design, it's better, but in terms of like the fight, a bit worse, to be honest.
Now, I was gonna say something about Bloodborne's bosses is that all of them have really, really cool and nice, like looking locations that they're in, which is neat.
Yeah, I like how she's in the cathedral. like the main cathedral. So
Yes. Next is the Witch of Hemwick.
hell, but no.
Hell, but no. I don't think it's
Yeah, she's just flat
frustratingly
out annoying.
bad. I don't think that's fair. I think she's. I
Matthew,
think
if you don't
really
have
bad.
Matthew,
Yes.
if you do not have any insight, those summons that pop up don't happen.
But why wouldn't you have any insight?
Like maybe you spend it at the insight shop.
I mean, I guess. I don't think Helbino is fair. I
You
mean,
can put her in really bad. I'm just saying that if you do not have any insight at all at that point, they literally are just invisible until you get close to them. That's it. That's all they got.
no, I think it's just really bad because even then, everything moves pretty slowly. Everything kind of just lets you hit it. Even if you can't see them, it's not that
Yeah,
much of
like I
an
said,
issue.
you can put them at the bottom really bad. I
I'm,
don't think they're. I don't even think they're as good as Pinwheel.
where did we put him?
That's how bad they are.
Where did we put him? We put him in really bad. Okay.
Yeah.
I again, even that I don't think it's fair. I think like he's in not like it's. I think they're fine. I think they're fine. Just a little too easy and simple and boring.
Yeah, like I said, but the reason why I say I don't think they're as even as good as Pinwheel is because at least Pinwheel fights back. These guys don't even do that. And whatever they do, it's like 10 points of damage.
Oh, okay. So next is Shadows of Yarman.
Shadows of Yarnum. Ooh, that's one of the better fights, but it
Yarnum. I said
can get
Yarman.
really annoying
Okay.
though.
But yes, I don't love this boss.
I think it's unsatisfactory or bad,
I
one of those two.
okay. So, what would be your argument for unsatisfactory?
Well, it's mainly just because as a fight, it's 3 against 1, and that's always super annoying. But even when you get down to just a 1v1, it's just meh.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna agree with you. I think I'm gonna go unsatisfactory. But see, the thing is that I don't really like the whole area in general. In my
Yeah,
opinion, it's like the worst area, and it also leads to like one of the most uneventful bosses in ROM. So it's like
yeah.
I don't know how I feel about these three, but I think I'll go with
Like I'm
unsatisfactory.
saying that I'm saying they're better than bad.
Yeah, I guess that's
Essentially,
fair. I guess that's fair. Martyr Lugarius. I love this
I
man.
I like I like that guy too.
I think I'm gonna go probably really good. I just love
Yeah,
fighting this boss. Where would I put him? I'm gonna go
I would
above
put
Quelaag.
him. Yeah, I was like, I don't think he's as good as Seath, but
See, this is cool.
I wasn't really sure about Quelaag. Yeah, I love Seath personally.
Uh, I really like Lugarius. He's probably one of my personal favorites out of like the whole series. But if I'm comparing him directly comparing him to a lot of the ones I put above him, then yeah, I think this is the first spot.
Yeah,
I just always have
that's
fun fighting
understandable.
that guy. Okay, so next is Dark Beast Parl.
I like
Um,
him. He's not a good fight, but I like him.
I
No,
feel
you
like
did encounter him.
I know. It's my own little mini joke because I feel like most people don't encounter him until like the very end after they've already beat everything else.
No, what happens is that they encounter him because they get kidnapped by the sack monster,
Yes, you're right. That's
not
fair.
realizing they can leave. But then they leave when they finally realize that they can leave, and voila, they forget about them entirely.
I think he's probably just unsatisfactory. If you beat him early
Yeah,
on, then it's
he's
probably
just there.
like he's just kind of there. Yeah, I agree.
When you try to beat him early on, he is just so difficult, but it's also very engaging.
Ron the Vacuous Spider. I'm gonna put him really
Rom,
bad.
yeah, really bad.
Lore wise, is
He's right
cool.
there.
Lore wise is cool, I guess. But gameplay wise, it's
Like
basically just nothing.
he's just keeping things hidden, and it's just like, nah.
It's just a big rock. You slap it a couple times, it dies, then you move on.
Yeah, the only challenge in that boss fight is the tiny spiders.
Yeah. We're in Dark Souls 3 now. Aldrich,
Aldrich, the Devourer of
Devourer of
Gods,
Gods.
really bad, really bad to hell no, to be honest.
I mean, I don't. Why do you think that?
The arrow rain in phase 2.
Yeah, that's fair. I think he's good enough to where I'd put him in really bad because I don't think he's that bad to put him in Helbano. Because at the end of the day, if you do
Yeah,
have fire, which is really common in Dark Souls 3, uh,
Yeah,
He's not that
he's
hard.
easy with fire, but that's my only argument here is just that the rain of arrows in phase 2 is just so annoying.
Yes, I agree. But no, I'll start
Anyway,
off for really
Yorm
bad.
the giant,
Yorm the Giant. What do you think? Higher or up,
unsatisfactory
lower?
to be honest.
Unsatisfactory.
I think he's just yeah, he's just unsatisfactory.
I will say
Like it's cool.
the
He has like one of the best like quest lines with Sigurd, but the fact that you have to run across the arena, grab the storm ruler, and it takes like 5 hits to kill him is kind of boring.
I can concede to that. However, there's one thing I would like to bring up, and is that
Yeah.
the animation of like the skill where you like charge it up and slam it down. God, that's so satisfying
Yeah.
too. It just has like a nice bit of
Yeah, I
like
know.
weight to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The fight is pretty simple, but that aspect of it, from like a cinematic perspective, is very fun. I like it.
Yeah.
But I'll agree to
That's
D.
why he's unsatisfactory. There's a lot of cool things about him, but the fight itself, like the actual just fighting part of it, is kind of boring.
And I also think in like the intro cinematic, I think his little title introductory thing
Where he
is
just sits up.
where he like sits up and then like with like the music swelling and him slowly like glowing with embers makes him look super badass in like the intro.
He also roars during that, which is
Yes.
just like the perfect combination of
I
timing.
will obviously Yorm is like the ultimate super like badass
I
setup.
put him at the top of unsatisfactory, to be honest.
He has like tons of like badass setup that makes him look super awesome. But the fight itself is pretty simple.
But then you actually fight him, and it's just like, oh, this is
Like
disappointing.
if it was just based on setup, I'd probably put him way up here at like S tier. But the fight itself is
Yeah.
pretty simple. Dancer of the Boreal
The
Valley.
Dancer of the Boreal Valley, I would put him in A tier.
That's what I was thinking. I actually really, really like her.
It was. I also like the fact that, uh,
Uh,
in terms of like how the bosses of this series work, like you also saw the film theory, not film theory, game theory video about that, where everything like works on a tempo.
yeah.
Well, the dancer worked on a different tempo, which is why it was so difficult to get used to it.
Yeah, she danced to the beat of her own
But other
drum.
than that, it's like a very yeah, but it was like a very cinematic and very gorgeous fight.
Yeah, I
And I
agree.
can't really say anything bad about it.
And I think it's important for like the S and A tier to like rank them within the tier because they're just like the top end, you know.
Yeah,
And I think Dancer goes right above
yeah,
Pralog, but a little below Ligarius for me, personally.
yeah. I can understand that. Ligarius is just really cool.
He's just so cool. Like I love the visuals. I love like the idea that you get to like defeat him to like unseal like the freaking pale blood queen behind him. It's cool. I love it.
Well, no, like I think the really cool thing about Ligarius though is that in phase 1 he's like a normal like enemy type of thing, but then in phase 2 he literally unsheathes his sword, does like a cool twirly trick with it, sticks it in the ground, and now there's like a sword storm above him.
He's great. I love him.
That was just really cool.
Next is Osiris, the Consumed King.
He's just way worse than Seath.
I still like him enough to keep him out of bad. In fact, I think I'd probably go all the way up to C.
I'm not denying that. I would say he's all right, but I just think if you're considering what he's supposed to be is basically like the successor of Seath the Scaleless, he's not as good.
I think he's also kind of fun from like the perspective of like the voice acting. We've already established that I love voice acting in these games because the things they say and
Oh,
how they say it is just so silly sounding to
my
me.
dear little ocelot.
Ocelot!
Are you
It's so great. It's so
come
fun.
out?
I love it.
Come out.
So if I was doing it based on voice
You're a child of
acting,
dragon.
it'd probably be like B tier because I just love it. But I think
Yeah,
overall
he's
C
really
is
good.
fine. I
Now,
think.
what's going to be hard to rank is Champion Gundyr.
Oh, I don't think it's hard to rank. I think he's probably all the way up in
Is
A.
that Champion Gundyr?
Champion Gundyr, yes. I think he's all the way up in A.
Oh yeah, he's A.
I mean, not
I
F,
think
but
he's
definitely A.
better than the dancer, to be honest.
I think I'd try. I'm inclined to put him all the way up above Seath and maybe even Ebrietas, personally. I really, really
Oh,
like Champion Gundyr.
I personally absolutely love him. I put him right below Cyril Lawn.
Like I think he looks cool. I love the area he's in because it like it helps like with, like the lore world building stuff, right? And
Yeah,
I'm
and I
inclined to
also
put
like the
him all the
fact
way
that
above Sir Longi.
you fought him earlier, like the very beginning of the game as Eodex Gundyr, where he was like super easy and all that. But that was like him after like who knows how long, like, how many years. And then you find this hidden area that's basically something taken out of time, and you fight him basically in his prime, and it's like the most menacing fight in the game.
Yeah. I just really love Champion
It
Gundyr.
it was
I still don't think he's quite S tier because I do think the S tier characters are bosses. Sorry, are better.
I don't think he's good as Gehrman.
But I think he's like one step below S tier.
I do not think he's nearly as good as Gehrman. Yeah, he's on the verge. He's on the verge of it.
It's on the verge. What's the song? One step on the edge. I'm about to whatever. Etc.
Always on the verge.
Anyway, Dragon Slayer armor. This is another
Uh,
one that I
uh,
really like. I think this boss fight is really cool.
I like him too,
I think he's
but I don't think
probably
he's really good.
no. I don't think he's A. I do think he's at least B.
I think he's B. I think he's B.
I agree.
Probably like right below Calamine.
Where do I put Kami? Right here. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think he's really fun to fight.
Mhm.
I like the just general look of him as well. He's cool. I like him.
I just the thing that brings it all the way down to B for me is the freaking pygmy butterflies.
Yes, I
God, they're
agree. I
annoying.
agree they are very annoying. I think the fight would be better if it didn't have him, just because it'd be more of like a cool one-on-one type deal. But it's just
Yeah,
really cool in general.
like a honorable bout.
Plus, he also has
Yeah.
like one of my favorite weapons from Dark Souls 3. So,
Now the next one's Lothric and Lorien.
yeah, the Princess Lothric. There's another one that I really, really like, and I think I'm gonna go all the way up to A.
Yeah, I can see that.
I think it looks cool. I love
I don't think they're
the
as good as
mechanic.
the dancer though.
You think it's as good as the dancer?
I think they're a little bit below the dancer, to be honest.
I think they're kind of interchangeable.
Yeah, like I said, they're a little bit below for me
Yeah, no,
personally.
I really, really like them. I like the teleport mechanic just because it's just cool, and also because it's not that unfair or anything. But I also like the idea that like the second phase is basically just his brother coming
Yeah,
down to help him
but
out.
the one thing that I don't like about the teleport mechanic is yeah, but the thing I don't like about the teleport mechanic is when he does a slash and then teleports above you to do like a plunging attack. That part I don't like.
I don't know. I guess I just even if
It's
it
not
is a
like
little unfair some ways, I think just the overall feel of it is just really cool. You know what I mean?
yeah, like I agree. Now, personally, one of my favorite attacks from Lothric and Lorien is when they do the giant slash that's like a mixture of fire and holy.
Yeah, really cool.
Yeah, that one's just cool. It's easy to dodge, but it's really cool looking.
And
Anyway, who's next?
Ancient Wyvern. I don't think it's Helbano.
Helbano.
Eh, I think again, like I said, I think
It's a
Helbano.
gimmick fight.
I know. Uh, the reason why I'm saying like it's not Helbano worthy is because Helbano are the ones that are so like bad to the point where I think they're offensive. I don't think Ancient Wyvern is that bad. I think it's just another dragon fight.
I think he's not bad.
You think so?
I think he's so bad that he's offensive.
Okay, I mean,
Because it's a one shot that you have to run through a whole bunch of bullshit to get to.
I don't feel that strongly about it either way, so I'm fine with putting him in Helbano.
I
But
would say he's high Helbano.
at the end of the day, he's kind of just another dragon. You know what I mean? At least in my opinion. If anything, he's like just another dragon that's just
Like
easier
he's
to
the
kill
biggest
than other
dragon we ever
dragons.
see.
Well, that's not true.
Like, he's
And
the biggest dragon we ever see. That's cool, I guess. Yeah, he is.
what about Madir? Madir's
He's
bigger.
literally like Ancient Wyvern is twice the size of Madir.
Really? If he is, I
Yeah,
never even noticed.
I saw like a scaling thing.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw like this guy like comparing all the sizes of the bosses. The Ancient Wyvern is uncontested.
Oh, fair enough. Well, either way, I feel like he's just another ancient wyvern, but he's easier to beat than the other ancient wyverns. You know what I mean?
Now, I hope we agree on the next guy, but I think the Nameless King is S tier.
What's that? You say didn't encounter?
It's
Never
fine.
heard of him before. S tier, huh? Let me think about this. Do I think he's similar level to these ones here? And do I think he's better than these here?
I think he's way better than Gundyr.
I can agree. I think you're right. Uh, I
I
will.
like the phase one where he's riding a dragon and it's just like pure cinematic badassery.
If there's one aspect I
And
don't like
then like
about
in
it,
phase two, what?
if there's one aspect I don't like about it, it's the camera.
Yeah,
The
that
camera can
sucks. But that's
struggle a
only
little
for
bit.
phase one, really.
I know, but the camera struggles a little bit. But other than that, I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, and I
Maybe
think
even
like
the very
the
best.
first phase is cinematically beautiful, and then like the phase transition is also really cool. Like he absorbs the power of the Storm Drake. It's just great, fantastic boss fight.
In fact, I think I'd probably put him above Gearman, but below Maria.
Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that.
Only it's like a slight difference, but I think that's where I would put him.
Yeah,
Right.
like with the Nameless King, you have like the slight caveat of the camera. With Gearman, you have the slight caveat that it's a very fast-paced game. That's kind of the caveat for Gearman because he like lunges and teleports and moves around like crazy.
Yeah. But the
So
freaking
they both
nameless
have their
king, he just
downsides,
needs
but they're
to
both really good.
overwhelm you with just brute force.
Yeah.
Anyway, next is
Anyway,
the Soul of Cinder, your favorite.
yeah,
Oh, it really is your
actually,
favorite. Um,
I think out of like all of the reskins of bosses, this is how you make a Gwyn right.
so you're saying you think you
So
put him
I
in
would
S
put
tier?
him like really high A tier.
Yeah, A tier. Okay. I think I'm gonna go above Sirlon, but below
Yeah.
Gundyr. What do you think?
Yeah, I like how the phase one is basically like all the players throughout the years, like throughout the games as well. And then phase two, he goes back to like the most primal soul in the first flame, being Lord Gwyn. Except now you can't parry him. Parry this, you filthy casual.
Yeah. Okay, then. I think it's fair. I like that spot for him. I think it's valid in
There's
places.
Eodex Gundyr.
There's
I was wondering where he
regular
was.
old boy with the freaking puss of man sticking out behind him like some kind of freaking Wobbuffet tail.
Yeah, I would say out of all of the introductory bosses, like in terms of like tutorial bosses, he is the best one.
Think so, huh?
Yeah.
Wait, where did we put the other ones? There's a Silent Demon. So you think he's an A tier then?
Yeah.
I think he's an A tier. I think I'd probably put him below Quelaag, but above Bloodstar Beast, personally. What do you
Yeah,
think?
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's a good
Yeah.
spot for him. I can agree to that. Let's see. Next is Grave Tender.
Oh, the champion and his wolf. And I don't really have any
Uh,
opinions on this guy.
I don't love him, but I don't
The wolf
hate
is the real
him.
challenge here.
I guess so. I think I'm gonna go with bad actually. Like
Yeah.
it's not particularly entertaining. The guy himself isn't all that hard.
Yeah, then he has like three normal wolves and then a giant wolf.
The arena is kind of just okay. It's just Priscilla's arena,
It's a
but
bit
underneath
big
it,
in all honesty.
what's that?
The arena is a bit big, honestly.
That's true.
I get it's for the big wolf, but it's even a bit big for the wolf.
I don't know, man. He freaking dashes across like the whole thing in like less than a second.
Yeah, and if you keep the fight on one side of the arena, like literally half of the arena doesn't even get used.
Yeah, I don't really like him all that much. So I'm gonna go in E tier. I
Yeah,
think he's
that's
if
understandable.
you really want his weapon, I guess maybe you can go fight him. But other than that, there's really just no reason to even go to him.
Oh, I see who's next.
It is what's that even say? Oh,
Frida.
Frida. I was looking at the words, not the picture. Anyway, that
I
one
was looking at the picture.
going
Is awesome, to
right
be honest.
around here for me.
Yeah,
Rank 3,
yeah.
right after
It's the only
Artorias and
three-phase
Ludwig.
boss.
That's the only one, really?
Like, Yeah, it's the only 3-phase boss fight in this entire series.
Wait, let me look through this. I could have sworn there was another one somewhere.
Nope.
No, no, no.
I'm not counting 1.5 phase, okay?
Well,
Where
I
there's
know.
like
I'm talking about
it's the
actual
same phase,
full-on
but
secondary
they
phases. Give me a second. I mean, Fire Giant, I guess, has like 1.5 phase, like you mentioned. Um,
yeah.
uh, I think you might be right. Wait, does any of the Sekiro bosses have a three-phase thing?
I guess Sword Saint Ishin
Yeah, he does. He does, doesn't he? Yeah.
because it's Genichiro. Oh no, he doesn't
Well, I
actually.
guess he himself doesn't. Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess it is three-phase. There.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue. Sorry, what were we
Well,
saying
no,
about
not
that?
not even like Sword Saint Ishin himself. He doesn't even have a phase change. It's literally just Genichiro to Sword Saint.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah.
I could have sworn he doesn't he have like a phase transition where he gets like a whole new set of moves or something in the
No,
middle of his fight.
I think
God,
he gets lightning.
maybe I'm just misremembering all of these. Jesus. Fine,
Yeah,
whatever.
no. Sister Frida is the only 3-phase boss fight in the entire series.
I love Frida. She's one of my favorites. Clearly
I think the
from my
third
rankings.
phase is by far like one of the best phases in gaming history.
Very cool. There really isn't too much else to say about her. I mean, it speaks for itself, really. She just is just a really, really cool, really entertaining, very satisfactory boss to fight. And in my
For
opinion,
those of you
easily
who
one of
are
the best.
watching and you have not done that yet, what are you doing here?
Yeah. Uh, and in that case, I don't want to spoil it for anybody. See, Demon Princes. I really like Demon Princes. I think they're pretty cool.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna put them at least in good, maybe higher.
yeah. I would say like top of good. I think the phase one is annoying, to be honest. Phase two is really cool though.
Yeah, I mean, I like the whole thing. I even like the element of like dropping in. I think that's cool too.
Yeah. I'm not
And
denying there's a lot of cool things about it. I just think the phase one is just that annoying that it goes down to just good.
and if you ask me, if it's like the final demon fight of the series, right? It's a much
Yeah.
better final, like, because I think technically in the main base
Then the old
game,
Iron King, not the old Iron King, the old Demon King, that guy.
yes. And if I'm unless I'm misremembering it, in the main game, the I think it's maybe even the only major demon fight you get is against the old Demon King, right? Is that the only one?
Yeah, it's the only one.
As far as like final demon fights go, this one's much better than old Demon King. I like it way more.
Yeah. So it's also like really cool lore wise.
Yeah,
Because apparently the demon prince is the demon that Lorien slayed.
yeah. No, it's like I said, it's very cool. I love it.
Yeah.
It's like basically it's like the end of time where like all timelines are messed up even more than they usually are. So like it makes sense for
Yeah.
stuff to show
So
up.
like things from the past can go to the future, things from the future can go to the past.
Yeah, very very cool. I very much like it. I also even kind of like some like the extra little gimmicks they get, like with the one with like does the poison instead of fire stuff.
Yeah, and,
Anyway,
and depending on which one you killed first, you actually get a different phase too. Maybe that's what you were thinking about.
maybe that's it. Maybe a lot of the bosses do have like a sort of pseudo third phase rather than a true third phase. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Whereas like Sister Frida actually has an entire transition for the third phase. So it's a third phase. Anyway, who's that one?
Next one is Half Light.
Oh.
Uh,
Well, if you're playing online, it's pretty cool, but considering it's Half-Light and it's the NPC, it's bad to really bad, to be honest.
I don't have any particularly strong feelings about it. I feel like the giant that's like summons Half Light is more of
It's
a
much more challenging.
is more of an interesting boss than the actual Half Light himself.
But no, like I said, if you're playing online where you're actually playing against other players and they're the boss,
Well,
if that was the case, I would put it as like A.
well, I
But
feel
other
like
than that, no.
hey, if you feel like it should be A for like the multiplayer aspect, and if I feel like it should be like F for like the NPC aspect, maybe we should go like somewhere in the middle and just
Well,
like that
considering that it
sounds
says
satisfactory.
Half-Light, the Spear of the Church, I'm gonna say it's talking about the NPC that's always there no matter what you're doing.
Yeah, probably.
So yeah, I would say he's
We,
really bad.
I think I'm just gonna go with unsatisfactory.
Yeah, just put him there,
I'm
I
gonna
guess.
like hedge our little bets here a little bit and just say he's roughly in the middle at unsatisfactory.
Yeah, I can see that. Dark
Dark
Eater
Eater
Madeir
Madeir
S.
S tier, baby. Here, let me.
I put him right below Artorias, to be honest.
I'm inclined. Okay, I'm inclined to put him at
Like
the very
either above
top.
Artorias or right below Artorias.
I think I'm gonna put him at the
He's
top
right there.
because for one, he's just a really cool fight. Easily, in my opinion, the best dragon fight.
He's an amazing boss fight. He has an amazing entrance. He has an amazing lore,
I think
and
he's like the
he's
right little.
actually a true ancient dragon, not like a makeshift one.
I also think he's just that right little balance between extremely difficult
Excruciatingly
but
difficult and
also fair,
satisfactory.
and also fair. Like
Yeah.
there's none of like the weird glitchiness that like say for instance Man Eaters
Let's.
has.
And by the way, we might as well talk about it because we have to. His Unga Bunga laser.
His Unga Bunga laser.
His 4th of July fireworks special.
Oh yeah, yes.
Let's be
Uh,
honest, that's a really cool attack, and no other boss even remotely does something like that.
so much of this boss is so cool. I absolutely love it. I even like the fact that you have to like weaken him beforehand by fighting him on like the bridge, basically.
Like, I'm gonna say this: Ludwig was a really good like beast fight, but I would say like Nadir is when they perfected a beast fight.
You can say Ludwig is a beast fight, and you can say Dark Eater Madeira is a dragon fight.
Yeah, like something like that. Like it just got to that point where there's just like, oh, this is so cool.
And I
Like even when
will
you lose, you don't really get upset about it. You're just like, I want to fight it again.
and I will say that unlike Orphan of Kaz, which is like the hardest boss from Bloodborne,
Yeah.
Madeir is probably the hardest. I'm not sure. I'm sure it's up to opinion, but it's like the hardest boss fight of like Dark Souls 3. And
No,
unlike
actually, in
Kaz,
terms of like HP and damage output, Madeira is actually like twice of Gale.
yeah. But I would say that as far as like my own personal satisfaction after having beat a boss, Madeir is probably literally like number one out of any of the bosses for any of these games.
Like
Beating him
it's
was
just
so satisfying, and I absolutely loved it.
when you beat Madeira for the first time, it's basically just straight euphoria.
It's great. I loved it. I think we talked about Madeir. It's pretty. It's everyone knows how good he is.
That
Next is
Gale,
Gale. It's Gale.
that's tier as well. I think Gale's like a really good Artorias.
I think.
I'm not sure if he's as good as Artorias though.
Wait, no. Gale has three phases, doesn't he?
No,
I could have sworn he had a third phase.
like his first phase is on all fours. His second phase,
Right.
no, no, he does have a third phase. You're right.
He does have third. See, it's not just Frida. It's
No,
Gale.
Matthew, I just remember what his phase transition was. It's when he screams and explodes all those red skulls that seek you down.
Yes.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, he does have a third
And
phase.
you know what? The longer I look at some of these top tier ones, the more I kind of want to move Knight Artorias down a little bit. I think I'm gonna put these four above him actually,
Yeah, I can see that.
because they're just
But
more
in terms of like,
satisfying to me.
but we also have to keep in mind, in terms of like just the first Dark Souls game, where they were like literally getting their bearings, Artorias was a very good fight.
Yeah, I agree. He was very good. But if you had to directly compare him to Gale, which one would be better?
Gale.
Exactly.
But I'm saying that he shouldn't be like extremely low on the S.
I'm not gonna put him any lower than that. I don't think. I do think he's better than Gehrman, Nameless King, Maria, Hume Knight. I do think he's better than these other ones in S tier, but I think he's a little bit worse than these ones over here.
Yeah.
Uh, it's a very small difference. Fort of the Boreal
Vort.
Valley.
Uh, he's all right,
He's got a nice big booty.
and you gotta stick to it like groceries.
Yes, Q freaking what's the snake thing? I can't remember. I need to get
What?
past the guards, but the sound of
Oh,
my clapping ass cheeks keeps alerting the guards or something. I can't remember what it is. What's up?
I think it was like, Snake, what are you doing? He's like, I can't get close, Colonel. I every time I get close, the sound of my cheeks clapping keeps alerting the guards.
Yes, that is exactly what Board of the Boreal Valley is. He is that quote right there. Anyway,
I'm just too dummy thick.
I'm just too dummy thick. Exactly. Anyway, he's also, I think he also like the most memeable music as well. It's great.
Yeah, pretty much. The Curse Rod of Greatwood is, I would say, bad.
Yeah. I think he looks cool. To
Like he
like a
looks
certain
cool and
degree.
all, but all you're really doing is smacking him in the balls.
He's slapping his balls around.
Oh well, I can already see the thing I hate the most:
Which one's that?
the Deacons of the Deep.
Uh I don't
God,
think
I
it's. I
hate those
don't think it's.
guys.
It's not hell, but no, it's not.
It's not hell but no, but I hate them.
And in fact, I don't even think it's really bad. I think it's bad. It's regular bad.
I just personally hate them. It's just so boring.
Well, I mean, I think it's cool conceptually. Basically, it's all these
Like,
freaking.
I think the cool thing about it is the Archdeacon.
It's basically the Pope and his entourage.
Yeah, which I think is a funny concept. Oh, look, it's the Pope and his entourage coming to smack us down, to smite us.
All right, I preemptively put Crystal Sage in really bad.
Yep, yep.
It's not hard in the slightest, and you just hit the one that's purple and you win.
Yeah, and if you want to get rid of the blue ones, you just throw a throwing dagger, which is cheap.
Okay, so Farron's Undead Legion. Oh, the Abyss Watchers.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I love
I
this
don't think it's S
one.
tier though.
I think I'm gonna put an A. I don't think it's
Yeah,
B. I
I'd
think
say
it's A.
high A.
Let's see. What do we have? Soul Cinder, Cerulean. I think I'm gonna
I think
go
I think it's above
roughly.
Ebrietas in my opinion.
You think so?
Yeah,
I guess that's fair.
I just like the fact that they even put like a little bit of the lore into the fight. How their whole thing is to fight off the abyss. So you
Right?
have the Red Eyes one that fights against his allies if he gets hit. I just think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. I do like it. That's why I put all the way up an A.
And then there's the old Demon
Old
King.
Demon King.
To be honest, I think he's offensively bad.
I think he's offensively bad. I don't think he's
Yeah,
offensively bad.
I think he is.
Are you telling me that compared to freaking Caverdian, Bed of Chaos, freaking Mikolash, freaking Real Rat 30, he's
I'm
that
not saying
level?
they are offensively bad in the way that it's just like it's like a joke. I'm not saying he's like an old demon king kind of thing, but you can easily just poison him to death.
I don't think that makes him bad. I don't think it makes him hell but no bad. I think
I know.
regular bad maybe.
I would say he's either bad or really bad. There's really no argument here.
I like bad. I'm going with bad because
Now, if we're gonna go with Hellbano, that is freaking Wolnir.
I mean I guess so. I do hate his mist. It's pretty simple. I don't like having.
Well, the fact that
Generally
all you're
speaking,
really
any
doing
boss
is attacking the bracelets.
that summons
It's
a
not even you're
skeleton.
attacking him, you're attacking his bracelets.
Well, I mean they're attached to him.
Yeah, but you break his bracelets and he dies.
Yes.
There's nothing fun about it. It's just dumb.
Okay, that's fair. I'm fine with that. Pontiff Sullivan.
Honda Sullivan is pretty cool though.
I'm gonna go A tier for Pontiff Sullivan. I really
Yeah.
like him. I don't think I like him enough to put him all the way here in S tier. I do really like him.
I don't think he's high A tier compared to most of those.
I think I'd probably put him.
I think he's below the dancer, to be honest.
I was thinking tempting to like go towards the top, but I actually really do like him.
I like the dancer more than him.
Think so?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm fine with that. We'll go right there. Next is
Sekiro.
the monk.
And that's the true monk.
Oh no! Oh yeah, you're right. That's the monk. Oh, there's the mist
Yeah.
monk over here. Yeah, the illusion monk.
Yeah.
Forgive me if I can't
I
remember all the names.
I don't really like him.
You don't like the true monk?
Yeah, I think like his phases are weird. Like he has like a
Hmm.
temporary phase for some reason.
Oh, this boss has a three-phase fight too. Now I think about it,
Well, I I guess, but
it does.
like I said, he has a temporary phase where
I think
he like goes into like an illusion. And you have to try to like quickly get the one shot in, but then he just goes back to his first phase. So I would say that's a 1.5 phase, to be honest.
I think that's another bad one
Yeah,
because I don't think it's really bad. Nor do I think it's hell no. I actually do think it's a fairly decent fight. But I
it's
do
a
think
fairly
the
decent
first
fight, but I just don't
version,
think it's a good fight, to be honest.
since we're kind of already talking about it anyway, let's do this one as well. The
I think
illusion.
the illusion one's really bad.
I think it's really bad. I
Yeah.
actually really like it. I think it's all
Well,
right.
it's I think it's the fact that if you use the snap thing and the
The
firecrackers, you
snap
can
seeds.
literally make that thing stupid easy. But
I don't think that makes a boss bad.
if you want to just like fight him just straight up, yeah, he's pretty alright.
I don't think a boss having a tool to help make fighting them easier. I don't think that makes it bad necessarily. I think it just makes it like a cool thing that you can discover. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what
It's
you
kind of
mean,
like
but
it's kind of like a Gascoigne.
I was saying like that the snapping thing, the snapping read does so much posture damage to the fake one. So if you
Yeah.
get him like up to like maybe like almost to 3/4 of the way there, around that point, and then you use that, you can get a health bar down.
Here, you know what? I think I'm gonna put True Monk unsatisfactory
Yeah,
because
he's the lesser version of the illusion,
I
which is kind of funny.
I do like the boss. It's just that you've technically already beaten it once before. You know what I
Well,
mean?
yeah, and if you're doing it in like a certain order, you literally fight the illusion and then immediately fight the real one.
Yeah. So I mean, I think this is a good placement for both these characters, both these bosses.
Okay, mark down. I like the
Which one is?
dragon, but in
Oh, this is
terms
the
of an
dragon.
actual fight, he's not that great.
I think it's very cinematic.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's very cool looking. It's very cinematic, but as a fight,
Yeah, it's pretty
kind
simple.
of meh.
Pretty simple. I agree. Let's see. Where would that end up placing it though?
I think he would be right below the dragon god, to be honest.
You think so?
Yeah, he's essentially the same type of thing,
Yeah, I can agree with that.
except it's much more engaging.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I think it's a fair spot.
Ooh, owl!
Owl. I'm
The
not sure which
snowy owl, not even
version.
Father Owl.
Where's Father Owl? There he is.
He's in the darker ones.
Wait, he is?
Yeah,
Oh, this one. Wait, which one's that one?
I think that's a different owl.
Does this count as a
Right?
three-face boss fight? If he has one version, the second version, third. Oh, sorry. Uh, so what do you think about this one, Snowy? This is the one you fight in the Lady Butterflies area, right?
I like him.
Am I thinking
I
of the right
like
one?
most of the fights in Sekiro, which is why it's like probably one of the best FromSoft games.
I think I'd probably be willing to put it in good.
Yeah, I think he's good. I don't think he's
I,
really good.
I think
I just
most
think
of
he's
the owl
good.
fights are somewhere in the good range.
I think Father Owl's in the really good 2 S tier.
Let me just. I mean, a lot of these fights, they kind of like it's easier to talk about them like in the same conversation. You know what I mean? Okay, so we're gonna say this one. Which version is which one? This is
I
Father.
need to look it up now because now I'm just confused why there's 3 pictures of Owl.
I think there are three versions of the fight. Right there.
Are there?
There's one where you fight in like the Lord Ishan area. There's the one that you fight in Lady Butterflies area. I think there's one more. I think maybe I'm misremembering because I don't actually remember which one area it's in. There's one where you do like the Ashira ending.
Yeah, the Shura ending, but that's after the Great Shinobi Owl one. Uh, okay. Well, that one has an the second one has a pet owl.
Oh yes, that's right. I do remember that. I don't
Yeah,
remember
that's
which
part of
one.
Owl Father.
Which
That's
one's the
part of that
Alfather?
fight. I think that one's with the pet owl in it.
Really? Yeah,
Yeah,
I guess they're kind of like blending together for me. I can't remember which one's which.
yeah. I'm
Well, we'll
trying
just
to
rank them all
find.
together in one spot
Yeah, I guess that'll be fine.
because they're basically the same with some minor differences.
I
Uh,
think they just like screwed up and put two of the same thing because I think one's a memory and the other one's like I don't know.
I think I'd put
But anyway,
all three of them like right above Tower Knight. I think that's where I'm gonna put it.
yeah, that seems fair.
Okay. Next is the
Oh, the demon of
yes,
hate.
Demon of Hate. Yes, Demon of Hatred. I think
Yeah, the demon of hatred.
this one is
Yeah,
basically just
this
a
is
Dark
like
Souls boss.
one of the more infuriatingly difficult bosses.
I'm inclined to put it down in really bad because I don't really like it in this game. If it was like a Dark
I don't
Souls
like it
boss,
either.
I'd feel better about it. But the mechanics in this game are completely different than Dark Souls ones, so it
Like
just
you have to
doesn't feel
build up
right to me.
posture breaking kind of thing.
Yeah,
But by the time you build up his posture meter, you probably already killed him.
But the question is, do I
But
think he's better than these other ones and really bad? Yeah, I think
I would
so.
say I would say he's bad. I would say he's top of bad, to be honest.
That's fine with me.
Because I think
He's
he's
right
better
there next to
than
Leech
everything else
Monger.
in bad, but I don't think he's unsatisfactory either. He's just bad.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Next is
Anyway,
Sword Saint.
Sword Saint Ishin.
Which one's this?
Oh, I think I know what those are now. Okay, go back up to the other option, like Owl one.
Yep.
Because after we beat the game, they added boss rushes to the game,
Oh,
where there's actually a lot more challenging bosses at the end of those.
so you're saying like these are boss rush versions?
Yeah, I think they're like the enhanced boss rush versions of those ones.
We'll just assume that they're about the same level as whatever the other ones are.
Yeah, I think they do. I think they just have like a little bit of extra moves to them.
I
Now,
think
I
Sword
really
Saint is
like
pretty
Sword Saint
cool.
Ishin. I think he's really cool.
I'm not sure I'd put him in S though.
I don't think he's us.
I think I'll put him above Soul Cinder, but below Champion Gundyr. I think that's where I
Yeah,
sit with
as a
it.
final boss, he's probably like the most cinematic one.
I think that's where I put it. What do you think?
Yeah, that looks good.
Okay.
Might as well put the
Next
other one with it.
is that Genichiro? Hard to tell
Yeah,
with
I
the
think
picture.
that's Genichiro Way of Tomoe.
Which one's the one to the right?
I believe that's Sword Saint Ishin, the boss rush version.
Ah.
Like, I
Okay,
think
well
the ones that are
we'll leave
dark are the boss rush versions.
we'll leave these boss rush versions alone. Which ones do we have over here? Okay, there's Genichiro.
Genichiro. Uh, I say when you first fight him, it's good. When you fight him the second time, it's better. When you fight him the third time, it's just annoying.
Yeah, this guy has like what, like 5 bosses, it feels like. He has so
Yeah,
many
that's what I'm
bosses
saying.
in this
Like
game.
you have the first fight where you're supposed to lose, the second fight where he has phase changes, and then the third fight where he's just meant to die.
I think I'm just gonna call him good.
Yeah,
Because
he's
I
a
think for what
good.
the game is, he is pretty good.
Yeah,
Not A tier levels good, but just good. So I think I'm gonna put him
I think right below the Tower Knight.
low tower knight, you think? Yeah, that
Yeah,
seems
he's
fine with
not as
me.
good as Owl.
I can agree. Okay, leave that. Okay, oh, Masataka
My
Oniwa, whatever his
name
name is.
is Kiyotaka Oniwa.
Oh my god, I love this guy. I think he's great.
He's just so passionate.
I'm gonna put him at A. I genuinely love him that much.
Put him right above Ishinashi.
Yeah, he should have been the true master.
I gotta
Anyway,
pull up the voice clip now because I love that voice clip. My name is Kyogo Masataka Oniwa.
I love that man. He's so fun.
Like I said, he's just so passionate about his job.
Oh my god. Okay,
Lady Butterfly.
Lady Butterfly.
Nah.
Um,
She's one of the more
I think I'd probably
they're
put her at the
there.
same level as the monk, probably.
Yeah, she's alright, I guess.
The first version. I like the first version more than the second version. Anyway, the
And
monkeys.
Reiki. Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil, be no evil.
I don't think
I like
it's
how
hell but no, but I think it's really bad.
I like how I would just put him in bad because of like the monkey philosophy in Buddhism type thing, where it's the hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil, be no evil.
I mean, I guess it's fun conceptually. I feel like if you're doing that for that, I feel like the
Yeah, just
dragon
put
would
him
be
in really
higher.
bad though.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like dragon should be higher though. If that's what you're
No, no,
wanting.
I'm just like I just really like that, and I'm just saying I like him more
I'll,
than most.
I'll put the monkeys right above the godlike dragon.
Okay.
Anyway, okay, now we have the ape.
No, I think that's the return
This is
of
the
the
first
ape.
version. This
Yeah.
is the one that
No, that's the one where you fight the two of them at once.
this first one is the 2 version one. Like the
No, I was
two.
saying the second one is.
Did you start that one with it without its head?
Yeah, it doesn't have its head, and then the one with the head comes out.
Hey, the one where you fight two, I'm probably gonna put that in unsatisfactory. Because it's basically the
Really?
same, except it's just not as fun. But ape First version, right around here somewhere. That's the easy S tier for me. I
I
love
would put
Ape.
him right below Sif.
That's fair for me. I love the Ape. He's probably my favorite boss fight in the entirety of
For the
Sekiro.
longest time, until like my fourth playthrough, I didn't know you could use the spear to do massive posture damage when it's on the ground without its head.
He's a great boss for this game. Out of this game, I love him. And he's also, in my opinion, has like one of the more fun second, like not. I can't remember the second or third phase. The second phase.
Second phase,
Yeah,
but
Sekiro. I'm never sure how many phases bosses have. Anyway,
like, what are you trying to say?
basically the thing where it's like, oh, what's the enemy dead memo screenshot thing that they do for Sekiro? What's it called?
I think it's like enemy filled.
Something like that. Yeah, it's like, oh, enemy failed, and then it comes back, and it's like, oh my god.
Oh
It's,
no, wait. It's like enemy killed, and then when you kill the ones that are immortal, it's immortality severed.
yes, that's it. But no, I just love that it's like, oh, you kill the enemy's dead, thing shows up, then you wait for a little while, nothing changes, and then it
And you
comes
hear like a
back,
rumble.
and it comes back and like with like the centipede controlling the dead body now.
Yeah, when you
Uh,
finally kill that, it's immortality severed.
and when you first do that, you just have your like, oh shit moment, like, oh my god, it's still alive, oh my god.
Oh god!
I don't know, I
And
just
now it's using a sword.
I love this boss, and I'm inclined to put it above Sith for me personally.
Yeah, you can do that if you want. I can agree.
He's my favorite boss in the entirety of Sekiro, and I don't think anyone will change my mind on that. Finally, we have Ishin.
Ishin Ashina. I just think in terms of like sword fight, he's probably the most badass person.
I think it's badass not to be all the way up in S.
Yeah, I think he's right below Gearman.
That's fair. Two old men at the bottom of S tier.
As it should be.
Yeah, one in a robe, partially naked. Wonder how that happened. Anyway. Okay, so next we have
Radon.
Radon. I love this man.
I love him too. He's either A or S, and I will not hear anybody argue otherwise.
Let me think. Do I go all the way S? Okay, let me think of this.
I think his face transition is like S tier alone.
That's fair. That is really fair. In fact, let me think. Would he be where would he be in S tier though?
He would be above Nameless King.
He'd definitely be above Ishin, definitely above Garamond, definitely above Nameless King. I'm really partial to Maria, so I think I'm going to put him below Maria. I just really like her. I think she's just such a cool boss. So yeah, I think that's a good spot right there.
I think the lore of Radon is just fucking adorable.
He had to learn gravity magic just so he could ride his precious horse.
Leonard.
Oh, we're on the mimic tier for the next one.
Immediate S plus tier. It is you.
Um, I feel like conceptually this one's really cool, but mechanically it's pretty simple.
Can we just make an entirely new tier and just say mimic tier?
Mimic tier.
Well, the reason why I say that because it's a boss fight that you can change how it operates. It can be the easiest thing in the game. It can be one of the hardest things in the game. You can literally do whatever you want with it. It's just that malleable that I don't think it has anywhere specifically.
Oh, do you like my name for it?
Mimic tier.
Yes. Anyway, yeah, I can agree. I mean, I think okay, if it's like that's like the logic behind it, and that it's not necessarily a hard boss, but it is still a cool, unique boss. It's probably a little higher.
It's a very malleable boss.
And I think I'm gonna go. Mimic tier is a tier above unsatisfactory, but below the all right tier. How about that?
Yeah, that's understandable.
Okay. Next we have. I believe
the
this
ancestor
is
spirit.
This is the second version.
Yep, the one below is the regal one.
Oh, I thought the one with more animals around it was the.
Oh no, yeah, you're right. I didn't see the animals.
I do like this one.
I think it's unsatisfactory.
Unsatisfactory. You think so?
Yeah.
For both of them?
Yeah, the boss fight itself is not cool. The setup is like immense. Like you're summoning the power of all these like braziers all across the underground, and then you see that like the energy is gathered in one spot. You go to that spot, it's the dead corpse. Then you go into the boss fight, and it's kind of just a meh boss fight.
I think what I want to do is I want to put the first version, the first one you find, in
Yeah,
alright.
yeah, that's
Because
understandable.
that one's like it's like the first time you encounter it, and if you're like me, it's like this awesome experience where like this area that you just found completely by accident, this huge cavernous star area.
Yeah,
It's the boss at the end of that awesome area. My heart goes to it, you know. I want to put it at least in
yeah.
alright. But I can understand putting
Uh,
the second version, which is just the same one, but again, it's unsatisfactory.
it's literally right next to the first one too.
Okay, so we're good on that.
And there's the gargoyles.
Twin gargoyles.
I do not like those guys.
I can agree to that. I mean,
Like
they're
fighting a one gargoyle alone is already like challenging enough. Fighting two at the same time, even if one's at half HP, it gets really annoying, especially with the poison cloud ground.
I think it's a similar level to a lot of the ones in bad tier.
Yeah, it really is.
I think what I really don't like about these bosses, not just these two specifically, but any of the gargoyles really, is that they feel almost too fast. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I know, right? It's just so
I mean,
annoying.
they're so big. They're supposedly like made of like stone or something, but they're
They are
freaking
made of stone. They're not even like supposedly made of stone. They are stone.
they're so freaking fast. I'm pretty sure that, a bullet train looks like a snail next to them. I mean,
And
Jesus.
for some reason they can fly.
Yeah. Anyway, I think
Morgott, I
yeah.
love this guy.
Which one is this? I can't even tell.
It's Morgott, the Great Rune behind him.
Oh, you're right. It is Morgott. I do like Morgott. I like him a lot.
I would say he's like either on the verge of S tier or is S tier.
I think I'd go top of S. I mean, top of A. Not top of S.
It's just a really good fight. Not gonna lie.
Really solid.
I
I
love
like it a lot.
I love how you're thinking you're gonna be fighting Margit again, but then he like unbreaks the sword from the staff that he had,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, I'm fighting you for real now.
Breaks off the casing or whatever you'd call it. The
The
wood shell.
carapace,
Yep,
but
I agree to that. Now, this is Moog, but I
the omen,
assume
not the omen blood god.
yes, this is the Omen one from like the dungeon, not the
Yeah,
full one.
from the underground.
I'm just not gonna rank that one because it's just basically the same thing but
Lesser.
different. You know what I mean? I mean,
And there's not even like a cutscene like with Margit.
yeah, it's not special enough to like rank it in my opinion.
Yeah, and then there's Godfrey. Again, another one that's not special enough to rank it.
Um, yeah, I guess not. I mean, we probably should rank it. We should rank it for the fact that they're just the same boss, but not as good. So
Can we
let
put him in Hellbound because they're literally just
yeah, let's go
a
with Hellboy.
carbon copy.
They're just the same thing, but why? So we'll go
Yeah.
with Hellboy. Godskin
Yeah.
Noble.
Well, later down the line, there's literally the Godskin duo.
Where they have Godskin Apostle by itself? No, they do not.
No, that one's like I don't think they're including overworld bosses. I think they're just including dungeon bosses.
Um. Okay, so for what it is at the time you fight it, it's like the first time you fight it, right?
Yeah, in the Volcano Manor.
So in that sense, I actually kind of like it. I think it's at least all right
Yeah, I think it'll be all right. Yeah,
because I mean, aesthetically, it's
I
like
don't think
super
it's good,
pleasing with like all like the bright red around it. Like everything in the Volcano Manor just
and
looks really cool.
its name literally is that it skinned a god and is wearing it.
It,
It's
it's
intimidating as well.
it's definitely a cool boss in its own right. Uh, but
The god,
if it has any problems with it, it's just the fact that it's same problem with a lot of Elden Ring bosses that they're kind of reused a bunch.
yeah. But
Uh,
then you have the Godskin duo. In
yeah.
all honesty, I like the fight. It's just annoying a
Let
little
me
bit
think about
because of the
this.
constant resurrections that they do. Instead of just being like Ornstein and Smell, once the HP is depleted, it's depleted. They don't come back.
Okay, you know what? I think for the reason that it's just a reskin, like not even like a reskin, it's just a reuse.
The carbon copy paste.
Uh, it's like a reuse, and it's also like a gank fight. I'm tempted to put it in really bad, maybe even Hellboy.
Well, before the nerfs, I would say it's Hellbound.
I'm gonna go really bad.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go above some of the other ones. I do think he's better than some of the ones in this list. I'm gonna go top of really bad.
Yeah, understandable.
It's just like, again, I don't think the Elden Ring bosses are bad per se. It's just that
Yeah.
they are reused, and when they are reused, you feel it. You're already.
Mhm.
Anyway, moving on.
Now, Elemer of the Briar.
I like this guy. I think he's cool.
Yeah. The only thing I don't like is the fact that they used him as the bell-bearing hunter.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, those aren't necessarily bosses. I don't think
Well,
you have to fight
but the
them.
reason why I'm going to say that he's probably going to be like A tier is because most people, when they first play through, they don't find any bell-bearing hunters, and this is literally the most unique boss fight to them.
Yeah, that's true. The question is, where do I put him though?
I think he is right below Frida. Well, not Frida, like Ligarius,
I
my
was
bad.
like, dude, Frida, really? What's our
I think he's right below Ligarius.
Bulgarian?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm fine with that. I also like his. I do wish that they gave his sword more of like a similar moveset to the actual boss. It's unfortunate they
Where
didn't do that.
I would like it if they had it where he had like a changeable weapon art.
It'd make for a really
Like,
cool Bloodborne weapon in Bloodborne 2.
well, I'm saying like, you know how if you do the stamp, you could do like a spin slash or an uppercut with it.
Sure.
I'm saying they could have done that with this, where you take a stance, and if you use like R1, you do like that telekinetic slash thing,
Yeah.
and if you use R2, you do the drill.
My point is that like in the actual boss, he tends to like throw it out and attack with it at range a bunch. It'd been cool
Yeah,
if
that's
you
what
could
I'm
actually do
saying.
that.
That was the telekinetic slash
Yes.
I was talking about.
But he also has stuff where he just rapidly slashes while it's still out without one big slash instead. But yeah. Point is, the actual
Well, that's what I'm saying
gameplay.
you can do is if you do the telekinetic slash, you
Yeah.
can keep doing it and it gets longer distance, but then it comes back and you do the big slash.
My point is, the actual in-game like usable by you moveset is not as good as the boss moveset.
Yeah.
But it's still a cool
Anyway,
boss.
Margit.
Um, I feel like it's a bit of an unfair boss for as early as you fight him, and it's also again it's like another one of those like reused bosses.
Yeah, but I say it's promoting how this game wants you to play, which is to explore first and then come fight bosses.
I do still think he's very good. I don't think he's
Yeah,
A though. I don't think he's A.
I don't think he's A. I think he's very good.
Let's see, where do I think I'd put him above all the owls
Yeah.
personally, and I
As
think
a
I'd put
tutorial
him
boss,
against.
because he's essentially the tutorial boss, I don't think he's as good as the Vanguard.
I think he's better.
I think he's better, yes, but I'm saying as a tutorial boss, he's really unfair.
I think overall, I think he's better than Vanguard. Like
Yeah.
if you take into the context of the game that he's in, I think he's better. I do think he's better than
Yeah,
Gascoigne as well. In fact, you know what? Let's go ahead and reorder this a little bit. I think Vanguard is a little better than Gascoigne,
yeah, that's understandable.
and I think he's better than Vanguard. So I think right.
Yeah.
Next we have
The Lord of
Ricard.
Blasphemy himself.
Ricard.
Let us devour the very gods together.
And you quoted him perfectly. I actually like this boss. I think he's pretty good.
I think
I think he's
I
A.
think this is the best iteration of the Storm Ruler to date.
The Stormlord gimmick.
Yeah, I would be mainly because of that weapon alone, I would put him in S tier.
And that weapon is pretty good, yes. I don't think he's quite S tier for me personally.
I'm saying he's either right above Margit or right below Ishinashina.
Mm,
Morgut, sorry.
okay, so here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Uh this boss is a snake. And I really don't like snakes. So
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna put it because you feel so strongly about him either being S or A, but because I feel strongly about
I'm
it, I
saying
hate a
I
snake.
feel so strongly about it mainly because of the weapon, the Serpent Hunter.
I do like it. I like all the stuff
But
of
we're
Volcano Manor. I like the boss itself. It's a very cool boss, very cinematic feeling. But it also still feels like an actual boss as opposed to just being a cinematic gimmick thing.
yeah, I know, and that's why I think it's like the best iteration of the Storm Ruler.
But better than Morgott. Hmm.
I can go lower than Morgut. I can go lower. I think those two are very
I
interchangeable.
agree. They're very, very interchangeable. You know, I'm gonna leave them in the front. I because I think the weapon itself is so much better than like this boss weapon. That I think that factor is enough for me to push them up over a little bit. It's just
Yeah.
a flat out better weapon. Okay.
Astel.
I don't really feel anything towards Estelle, so I think I'm
Yeah,
kind of
neither
still
do I.
unsatisfactory.
To me, he's just there.
He's kind of just there.
He could be annoying,
He feels kind of
but
like a
he's just
Bloodborne
there.
boss.
Yeah, like a different version of Ebrietas.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bother trying to rank the D stuff anyway. Let's see.
Commander
Neil.
O'Neill.
Is it Neil? Is it they do both versions in this? Or they just do
No,
the one?
there's Commander Nile and then Commander O'Neill, which is funny to me.
Okay. Is this the one in Kaled or is it that the one in the Snow?
I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be for the one in the Mountaintop of the Giants, because he actually has like remembrance stuff. So I think they're doing him
Well, then I think I
where he
prefer
has like the
him
lightning boot.
for the sake of simplicity. I'm just gonna call it Giant version or Kaled version. The Giant
Yeah,
version I think is better. I do like it a
yeah,
little more. But the question is, where do I put it? Probably at least C tier, right?
yeah. At the very least, I
Um,
think he's better than the Storm King. In all honesty,
you think so? You're saying you think he's
yeah,
actually up in B?
yeah,
Interesting. Yeah, I think I can see that. I mean, he has some cool animations. He doesn't feel too unfair or anything like that, despite having it be technically be a gang fight.
yeah. And really, the main boss in that gang fight is the dual wielding knight.
I think they programmed it so that he actually hangs back while he summons fight you. I think doesn't he?
Oh no, actually, matter of fact, Matthew, he has a phase two, and the way to enter the phase two is to kill the other two phantoms.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, that's when he enters lightning mode.
Yeah, he's got freaking the Sanji kick, except it's lightning instead of fire. Anyway, I think it's a pretty fair placement.
The fire giant, he looks
I
cool, but
uh,
I hate the fact that he runs away all the time.
yeah, it's similar level of hatred for me for like Elden Beast, and that the fact that he just rolls away all the time. It's like,
Oh yeah, and also like most of his attacks you can easily avoid, but then he does like like throwing up volcano thing or the firestorm thing, and that's just no.
I I feel like a lot of his attacks are kind of unfair because I mean you saw my video like that one like attack I died to. I didn't even realize I was in range to die from it, and I still die. Like
Yeah,
that one like big plume of fire reminds me a lot of Ancient Dragon, and that the hitboxes feel a
yeah,
little unreasonable.
yeah. I think you actually got killed by the overhead slam when you were just outside of the dish.
Yeah, his whole thing just feels a little unreasonable. So I think I'm not sure if I'd go like. Do you think he's bad here,
I think he's right below the Demon of Hatred.
or do we have him? There he is. I think that's fine. I don't hate him necessarily, but he does feel a little unfair compared to a lot of the other bosses.
Yeah.
Anyway, uh,
Now for
oh
Malekith, on the other
Malekith.
hand,
Ooh, Malekith is cool. I like Malekith.
I love Malekith.
I'm thinking like either S or A. What do you think?
I think he's below Gascoigne. Not Gascoigne, what am I saying? Gehrman.
Yeah,
I'm
like
sorry, brain, farting.
not German.
I'd say he's right below Gehrman. I
Oh,
think he's above Ishinashina.
right here.
Yeah.
Hmm, I can see that. He looks cool. His attacks are pretty cool. I think he's really fast, but unlike Fire Giant, who feels a little unfair sometimes, he does feel mostly fair. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like a lot of his attacks, once you know how to dodge them, it's fairly easy to dodge them. I think the only one that's like truly bullshit is the spinning one that he does after he does like the triple overhead slash.
Yeah, where he goes full Beyblade.
Yeah, Beyblade.
Yeah, I think he's a pretty cool boss overall. I like I will say that I do. He's like a similar kind of like to like Radon to me in that I think he's really cool boss, but I probably died to him way more than I probably should. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you never really like hated it. It got annoying, but you never really hated it.
Yeah,
Who's that?
I don't.
I think it's a dragon, but I
I
know
think
it's
it's the
not
Lich Dragon.
Placiduous. Oh no, no, I don't think it is.
Well, he has a remembrance, doesn't he?
Yeah, but I don't think that's the Lich Dragon, is it?
You
Is
see
he
him in
black?
Heroes? Yeah, he's dark color at least.
Yeah, we'll go with him being Lich Dragon Fortisex.
Yeah, I think that's him. It looks a lot like him. I think I see the wings too. Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, but he has like the same design as most ancient dragons.
But he's also dark color.
Uh,
So, anyway.
yeah, I
I
would say he's good.
I think like I mean you saw my video, right?
Yeah,
Like I literally never touched me. I find that very funny.
yeah, but in terms of like, you also love the arena design and the skybox design as
That's
well as the
true.
boss design.
I like the arena. I like the boss design itself. It has some really cool looking attacks. Uh, I think B is a fair
And if you
call.
fight him like earlier on, he's actually pretty challenging.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Let's see.
Dragon Lord Placidus X,
Oh,
I
let's hit a
friggin' love this guy.
Yeah, I love that he freaking comes in like a freaking jetliner all the time. Freaking flying in.
I think he's high A, low S.
Um, I think I personally would probably put him in A, and I think I would actually put him above Gundyr. I
Yeah,
think he's a really cool
that's what I was
boss.
thinking. Like, I think he's a really cool boss fight.
Yeah,
And I also like the fact that out of every boss fight that has like the super high damaging AoE thing,
yeah,
his is telegraphed.
true.
And like it tells you. And I think the coolest thing about that is that when that activates, the music cuts out.
I never noticed that.
Yeah, it makes the high pitched noise and the music dies out. And then when he comes in, like the freaking uh, freight plane that you told me about, that thing, the music kicks right back in.
Yeah, he slides in like a guy desperate slides into a girl's DMs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just like, oh, that's just like such a cool attention to detail. I love it.
yeah. No, I think he's a really cool boss. I think he's definitely above Gundyr probably.
Yeah,
I think that's a good spot for him. Next we have the actual Moog,
yeah, the Lord of Blood.
Nihil, etc., etc.
I love how he speaks Spanish.
Is that Spanish?
Yeah,
I had no idea.
when he does the first one, he's like, uno. Then the second one, dos.
Now, I really, really, really like Moog. I think he
I
looks
like him too.
cool. I think a lot of his attacks are really cool. I think the arena is really cool. I like the area. I really, really like him, and I think I'm inclined to put him all the way up in S
Now,
personally.
I have a reason why he shouldn't be an S.
Why is that?
His phase transition.
What, the whole Nihil thing?
Yep.
Why, you think it's like unfair or something?
If you do not have a special crystal tier for your flask of wondrous physic, that does so much damage that it's going to waste a few of your heals.
I mean, yeah, I
And
guess
depending on
so.
what build you have, that's going to basically get rid of all of your heals.
Do you think he's an A? Because
Yeah, I think
of
he's an
that.
A.
Okay. I mean, I'm fine with that. Let me think about this. Where would I put him though? I think I like him more than Soul Cinder. I think I like him more than Sword Saint. I like him more than
I think
Yoga.
he's around the same level as Champion Gundyr.
I think I put him above. I find it funny that A tier, the top of A tier, is being kind of dominated by Elden Ring right now.
Yeah,
It's very funny to me.
but it's understandable.
Okay, wait, would I put him above Placidus though? I
I
think I would.
wouldn't.
I think I would. I really do just love the guy. I think he's great.
Yeah, I guess
I think he's very entertaining boss fight.
personally, I wouldn't put him above Placidus X. I think it's more so interchangeable there.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be fine either one.
But it's like our personal preferences.
Yeah, we got like the freaking the great sword user, the basically like the Spencer slash curved sword user. We got a trident user and we got a spear user.
Oh, in all technicality, it's a claw user.
Well, I mean, that's the spear in the picture.
I know, but we have to keep in mind what he uses most in the fight. It's
Uh,
his claws.
Next
But
is Loretta.
if we want to get really technical, his boss weapon is a great thrusting sword.
Fair enough.
Anyway, Loretta.
Yes, Loretta, our favorite pirate. I think she's okay. I think she's just
Yeah,
all right. I don't think she's unsatisfactory or anything like that. I think she's just all right. I think she's C.
eh, yeah,
I'm not ranking these, so I'm just gonna put it at the end. I mean, she's not. The thing with Loretta, right, is that she technically is another duplicate boss. So it's kind of
yeah.
hard for me to
But
be
there was,
like, say that she's
and
really
I don't
good.
know why.
That's the thing with Elden Ring is that the game was really, really big, right? So they had to like
Yeah,
use more assets and more spots than they otherwise would in like some of their other games. Like, for instance, in Dark Souls 3, the areas are relatively small, so they were able to like they didn't have to worry
one
about
boss.
having enough assets to fill the whole place.
Yeah, it was
They
like
can make
literally
put
one
more
boss at a
effort
time. That was it.
into making more unique bosses. But Elden Ring is like in terms of like, scope and size is like literally like triple size of their last
And
game.
well, I mean, if we're gonna go with like scope and size about it, it's like I think like almost like 5 times bigger than freaking Skyrim.
Uh, yeah, but all that is just to say that Loretta, she's fine. I think I would like her a lot more if she was a unique instance of a boss as opposed to like a duplicate that you fight way
Yeah, and
earlier.
the thing is, the original time you fight her as like the ghost,
Yes.
I don't know why.
I'm not 100% sure either. It's probably some kind of lore thing where maybe Loretta was like a carrion
Well, I
knight
know
at
the
some point.
Carrion Manor like allied themselves a little bit with the Albinaurics, and Loretta's an Albinauric. But my whole shtick is just like, but
Well,
why?
why was Godfrey a spirit in the church spot, wherever
That
that
makes a
thing
lot
was?
more sense. He was an Elden Lord, basically a guardian of the Erdtrees, and when he was banished to the Badlands, they were like, "We still need somebody to protect us. Let's just bring out the memory of this guy."
You could probably argue the same thing with Loretta, or something similar at
I
least.
know, I know, but like for me, it's just like the Albinaurics want to go to the Halleck Tree for safety and sanctity. Why is Loretta protecting the Carrion Manor?
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, Godfrey.
Godfrey. Man, is that his head right
I
there?
like.
Is that his
Yeah, that's
tiny
his
little
tiny
head
little
in the
head.
midst of this flesh mass?
Yeah, he has a tiny little head, man.
I like Godfrey. I think he's fun and silly. I think I'm
Yeah,
gonna put
I
him in
like him
good.
too.
I like him in good.
In terms of like transition to like similar phase, but also has like a completely different move set with it. I think he fits that the best.
Yeah, I think you're right. You know
So
what? Like, see, where would I put him against some of these other ones?
I'm putting him at the bottom of A.
We're at the bottom of A.
Yeah,
Okay, I can see that. I mean,
I just really
I think I'd probably put him above Bellstat personally.
yeah I can see that because I really like the fact that he grafts on a dragon's head and then he can like breathe fire with it.
You know what I really like about him?
What?
The purely like joyous, hearty laugh he gives whenever he's about to stomp the ground with his axe. Ha 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 ha! Whatever it is, I can't remember the exact way he does it, but it's very funny and silly, and I love him for it.
Yeah, he's an enjoyable dude.
He's a
I think the next one's Melania.
jovial man. Yes, our favorite
Yeah,
boss.
there it is.
Yes. Hang on, just give me a second. Yeah, just give me a second.
Personally,
Give me a second.
really personally, Hellbono.
I really like her. I think I agree. She's kind of full of some absolute bullshit, but I kind of like her anyway. I like the music. I like the arena.
I'm
I
not
like the
denying
look.
that like I'm gonna we're gonna like her anyway, but I'm saying if Hellbono is for the things that are just like are really offensive in certain ways, I think the waterfowl dance alone is enough for it.
I think it's just teeters on the edge of unfairness. I don't think it's quite unfair, but I do think it's really close to being unfair because
Yeah,
you
I can
can
agree.
technically dodge it.
I can agree. Let's just put her at the bottom of this.
Unfair at the bottom. I do agree that the unfairness of waterfoulness is enough to put her at the bottom of S, but I still think everything else is enough to at least put her in S. That's a good way to put it.
If we could have just the waterfowl dance alone, we could put that in Hellbono and just leave her there.
Hang on, give me a second.
You forget.
Give me a second. Uh,
Waterfowl. No, you gotta get rid of the L.
Waterfowl.
Waterfowl.
Yes. That's here. And hang on, let me think of this. Okay, we'll just put him in there to represent that.
Yeah, I'll put all the boss rush mode ones in there.
Yeah, we'll
Because we personally never did it.
Sure, why not? We'll just say the waterfowl in itself is a boss rush. Yeah.
It kind of is. She's rushing to kill you.
Okay.
Horalu.
Yes, chieftain
Warrior.
of the Badlands. I think he's okay. I think he's all right.
I really like him.
Like,
personally.
didn't have to put him in B or A.
Enough to put him in A.
You think A?
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. I don't feel particularly strong about him. Let's see.
In terms of all the bosses in Elden Ring, my personal favorite is Horalu.
I see. So you're saying you want him towards the top of it?
I put him above Radon.
You put him above Radon. God dang.
Lore-wise, he's like the most powerful mortal in existence.
You feel that strongly about it?
Yeah.
But I'll put him up there for you. I'll be nice.
But like, I want to like explain my reasoning.
Go ahead.
You saw the video I sent you about it, but I just think that was enough to really put him into like favoritism for me. You have all of these gods and demigods who've spent countless years, maybe like even centuries to millennia, mastering whatever weapon of their choosing. Meanwhile, with Horalu, he gets rid of his weapon and he becomes stronger.
I mean, I guess so.
His most powerful weapon in his arsenal is his bare hands.
Well, I thought him getting stronger was tied to losing the lion thing.
No, it was him entering just bloodlust mode.
Ah.
The lion is literally just to quench his bloodlust. That's it.
That's fair. Like I said, I'm fine. I don't feel particularly bad or strong about him or anything like that. So if you want to put him in that spot, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
In fact, if you want to like rearrange it to make him higher or lower, I'm fine with that too. But that's fine. We're good. Anyway. Leonine Misbegotten.
Misbegotten there. I think that one's a hell of a no, because that one's just a joke.
Why's that?
Matthew, you fight him as a boss 3 times, and even as a regular enemy a couple of times.
That's fair. Okay, we have Radagon. I think Radagon is probably S for me personally, if it's just Radagon. And they separated it for this list apparently, so we're gonna.
They did.
So we're gonna separate it. I'm gonna put him S. I'm gonna put him probably right around
Malekith, around that point.
I think right around here.
Yeah,
I think I'd put him slightly above him, slightly below him. Because I love Radagon. Like the music is good, the arena is good, the actual fight is good, everything about it is good. This right here.
Yeah, he's even worse than Helpano.
I'll put him in Helpano. This one's special. He's not special enough to get in Waterfowl.
Look, it's Spectral Elena.
Yes. Oh yeah, you're right. It's right there. I'll just say, yeah, really bad. It's just a copy of the other one. It doesn't really matter to me. Not like the other version because it's not the spirit version.
I think it's weird how, in terms of like unique bosses that also end up as regular enemies, the Red Wolf of Radagon is the most unique in that category.
Why's that?
Because you fight the one in the boss arena, and then there's like 2 others.
Yeah, I guess right.
As like just like a boss fight of themselves, there's only one boss fight of this game.
Well, no, I'm pretty sure there's one in a dungeon somewhere, right?
Oh yeah, there is. Never mind.
So I think there's like a total of like 4.
Yeah, there's 4. There's 4 of them.
Well, I think he's okay. I don't think he's good enough to get all the way up to like alright. I think I'd probably put him in unsatisfactory. He's just kind of okay.
Yeah, I'd put him above still though.
You put him above.
I know you're not like organizing it, but just I really don't
just
like
for
it.
You, just for you, right here.
Thank you. I really like Renala's boss arena, specifically phase 2.
Her arena is very good. Her phase 1 is kind of meh. Her phase 2 is also kind of meh. I mean,
I like the arena, but in terms of the boss fight after going through all of Raya Lucaria, it's not really that great.
I think. Okay, let me look at this. Let me compare her to some of our other ones here. Okay,
I
so
think
in
she's
bad we have
Shadow of Yarnum level.
Ava. We have those guys. I'm not sure I'd call her unsatisfactory. I think her boss second phase is pretty cool.
Yeah, I know. I guess thinking about it deeper, I would put her above Phalanx.
I think that's all right.
Yeah.
Literally. Because I mean, I do think it's really cool. I think there's a lot of like lore stuff going on with it. It's also pretty fun. I don't know. I like
Yeah,
it. I also like the idea that it's technically like a Ronnie boss fight instead of a
kind of.
Renala boss fight, lore wise. Uh,
Magma Worm Macker.
um, I'm gonna say,
I'm kind of indifferent to this guy.
uh, I
You
don't
fight him as a boss way
really,
too many times.
I don't really like any of the Magma Worms too much. I don't think they're
Neither
necessarily
do I.
bad. So I think I'm gonna go unsatisfactory. I think they're
Let
kind of okay, just not that entertaining in the moment. You know what I mean?
Now this last guy on the list that they have available,
The
the
dragon
Dragonkin
kin,
Soldier of Noxtella, I really like.
you really really like him.
Yes, I do.
I don't think I fought this one. I don't remember him. I fought a version
Uh,
of him.
he's the one that he's the one that gives you the frozen lightning.
That's this one. Then yes, I
Yeah.
did fight that one. But there's like
Uh,
multiples, aren't there?
we fought all three of them.
I know we fought the one in the Lake
No,
of
wait, no, you
Rots.
didn't fight the one that gives you the dragon halberd.
No, I don't think I did. I think that's what this one is.
But no, I think out of all the Dragonkins, uh, he's by far the coolest.
So you're thinking
Mainly
like
because in
B or
his
A?
second phase, he gets the blue lightning and he sprouts giant wings,
Cool.
and he actually like flies and throws lightning, and it's just really cool. I don't think he's really good.
You think he's just B good?
Yeah, he's just good.
Where in this tier would you put him? Above Scorpion Lady?
Uh, I would put him above Dragon Slayer armor
Where do we have that one?
by Calamite.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, they're right there.
That's fine with me. Well then, this is our list. You think you're satisfied with it? Here, let's go through it. Rank. We'll go over our top 10. Number 1,
Yeah.
we have Madeir. Number 2, we have Gale. Number 3, we have Ludwig. Number 4, we have Fried or Frida. Number 5,
Sister Frida.
we have Artorias. Number 6, we have the Guardian Ape.
Listed. Guardian Ape, yeah.
Number 7, we have Sif. Number 8, we have Ornstein and Sma.
Ma.
Yes, Sma. Number 9, we have Fume Knight, and number 10, we have Maria.
Lady Maria.
You satisfied with that? I think it sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I'm satisfied with that.
And runner-ups, we have friggin' Horalu,
Orlu,
Radon,
Radon, the Nameless King,
Garmin,
the First Hunter Garmin,
Malekith,
Malekith the
Radagon,
Black Blade, Radagon of the Golden Order,
Ishin Ashura.
Ishin Ashna, and Melania Blade of Mikola,
Yeah, I think
and
it's
the
pretty
Goddess
good.
of Rot.
And the rest don't matter.
And the rest are like,
I'm not gonna go over all of them.
well, the rest you could see like really good. We have very high opinions about it. Good, a little bit less. So all right, a little bit less. Unsatisfactory. We're kind of indifferent towards. Bad. We don't like them. Really bad. We really don't like them. Hell, but no, we hate them. And Waterfowl is, we just don't know.
Waterfowl is busted.
Yeah,
That's how I
Waterfowl is just whoa.
be it our own perception or the move itself. All right, pretty good.
Yeah.